hate puppies. It's good podcast.
I feel threatened.
Ooh, that's smooth.
Nice.
Did he just finish?
I think so. No,
Okay.
if he finished, he would have said, "Ooh, that's chunky." That's how Stu does. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Inside the Pallet House.
You would know.
Damn. Guess I walked into that again.
Yeah.
Back into it. I figured I'd get that one out of the way too. What's going on, everybody? Hope you had a great week this past week. Heading into this Memorial Day weekend.
That's gonna suck.
Yeah, well, if you live here in Virginia, but we have
All
listeners.
rain.
We have listeners all over the place. So that sliver, that 20%, could have a good weekend.
Good luck.
I would say we're pretty heavy in the, but we had a lot of California. New York's going to suck. The whole East Coast sucks, so they're hoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the California people are going to enjoy it.
It's all right. The first day of summer is not till June 20th.
Boom.
We got
the
time.
Farmer's
We-
Almanac.
We
over
got
there.
time.
I like
The
it.
pool's open this weekend, and I'm not gonna be able to go.
You were at the pool tonight.
Yeah, working on getting it
Oh,
ready to
oh,
open
that's what
this
you were
weekend.
doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody has to open the pool.
Yeah.
Yes, I forget. The Abacus is here. If you don't recognize that
Yeah.
voice, what's going on, man?
Welcome back.
Yeah.
Ding, ding.
If the Abacus is here, that means that it's probably some kind of a tasting.
It's
Yeah.
going to go so smooth.
This taker over here, he loves showing up whenever something like that happens. He's like, "Oh, you guys are doing a bourbon tasting tonight? You know, I just happened to be in the neighborhood." Respect.
Is that free?
Yeah. I didn't need to bring anything, right? We're good.
No, but
Okay,
in
cool.
full transparency, you did offer.
I was gonna say, Lee, I'm not gonna sit here and listen to this BS. I was thinking walking in like you've done more for us than
Oh,
anybody.
absolutely, absolutely. No, that's why I had to be honest. Like he offered, he was like,
Yeah.
"Man, I got a ton of different
course.
bourbons. I'd
He's
be
the
glad to
best.
bring you whatever." And I was like, "Nope, we got Stu bringing it tonight." And then Stu showed up with baby bottles
We
of
brought like
airplane bottles. of
bottles.
airplane bottle Big Brothers, basically. Like that's it.
There's a couple 200 milliliters in here.
Did you notice how he brought him in that trench coat? Like he pulled them out and they were all
Oh,
just
yeah.
down line. That was weird.
These are absolutely counterfeit. these are all Evan Williams.
Markers make? I've never heard of that.
Markers make.
That's awesome.
That is great.
Oh, my
A blue cap? Okay, we'll try.
Wood Chevy Reserve. So yeah, actually, I'm excited because tonight is the second round, the bourbon tasting. One of these will rise to the top. We're going to be tasting them as we're doing the show, and tonight we have in front of us Woodford Reserve, we have Maker's Mark, and then my wild card, which I'm excited about, is the Evan Williams single barrel, because even sometimes turd can taste good if properly baked in the sun.
Especially when it comes out of the same turd-filled barrel.
This is absolutely the same, probably the same crap you get that's standard Evan Williams, but they were like, but just one barrel.
So what price range is this?
Everything here is roughly 40 to 30. Guess which one's
Per
the,
airplane bottle?
Well,
Jesus.
No, so today this is kind of the
So
lower level, because if everyone doesn't remember the rules, it's 60 and under. Those are all the bourbons we're tasting, and tonight was the ones that are readily available.
So $30 is lower level for you? Because I can take you on a whole nother level.
And we could do the $20 level, because I saw some of those tonight where I was like, ooh, Jim Beam has like a reserve. I'd like to try that.
I was just gonna do standard Jim Beam.
I just didn't want Evan Williams to get its ass kicked by going against $50 bottles, so we went with $40.
I love Evan Williams Fire. I buy that all the time.
That may be better than all the other fireball,
cinnamon, fireball, whatever.
red stag, all that crap.
I hate that red stag, that cherry red stag.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, it's so bad.
Now I do like the fact that Kid Rock endorsed it. That made me like it.
Right. It gave it a little bump.
It gave
for the
it
marketing.
a little bump. That's a good choice of words for Kid Rock.
Yeah,
Just
he's
a
American
little
badass.
A little bump. That's what Kid Rock's senior quote was. Just a little bump.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited to try all of these.
So we're just gonna be drinking these throughout the show, and then I guess at whatever minute mark you'll decide to.
Just for the next 10 minutes, I say sip on these three, figure out where you stand, and then we can
really
dive
10
into
minutes.
it.
Oh, I thought we were
So
gonna.
I just went to the ABC site just to kind of verify. Maker's Mark is $29.99 for a fifth. Woodford is 32 or 34 for a fifth, and Evan Williams is 32. So basically 30, 32, and
There you
34.
go.
So they're all within $6 of it.
That's a good little, tight grouping for that.
Yeah.
I tell you, two of them stand out immediately to me. And one of them's the cheap guy.
Here comes Troy with the chaser.
Yeah, I gotta cleanse my palate.
Is that a Devil's Backbone Bright?
Yep.
Was that already
that the
here, or did you
pineapple
pick that
one?
That
up?
was already here.
Those are
I haven't
great.
tried that yet.
I think they're fantastic.
Right.
Like they do. Look at the vaccination crew.
That's right.
Everybody's passing stuff around.
Dude, I noticed our sheets right up the road.
tasty.
They took down the "you got to have your mask," and now the new sign says it's your choice. If you're vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask.
I walked in the ABC store tonight and I saw the mask sign from the parking lot, so I was like, better grab my mask. And I got there and it was like vaccinated, your choice, not vaccinated mask.
Yep.
And I was holding my mask and I was like, well, I don't want him to think I'm not vaccinated. And so like I put it back in my pocket and walked in.
Yeah, I don't understand how they're going to do that. Like how they can't police that. No one's going to ask you to prove it, right? I mean,
Where are your papers? Show me your papers.
Yeah.
So
I was wondering what you guys
that
thought
happened-
how this was going to all play out.
Yeah.
Like, how's that going to shake out? Are people going to be truthful with this or not?
No, absolutely not. There was a whole lot of people who had no intention of ever getting a vaccine, who never wanted to wear a mask, who would never wear the mask. I know what I have noticed though, like when I'm with my kids, they feel like, they see the signs, they're rule followers.
yeah.
So they're like, well, I don't have a vaccine, I need to wear my mask. So when I'm with the kids, I always put on the
Yeah.
mask in like solidarity. I don't want them to feel odd. So
Yeah, today I did the little daddy-daughter date, and I took my youngest she got her nails done, and I went and got a pedicure. And the spa that we went to, the sign right out front said, mask required if you haven't been vaccinated, no mask required if you can show your vaccine card.
so they're actually wanting you to show the card.
Oh.
Right, which is the first time I've seen that sign.
I haven't seen that one.
And I mean, but I walked in, and it's a full crowd, like maybe 12 people between the workers and the people that were there, and nobody had a mask on, and the employees weren't asking anybody. So I don't know if it was just their policies coming down from
Well, I've
corporate,
also
but
seen the signage where the convenience stores of the world will have, you can't come in without a mask, and then I walk in and however many people don't have masks, and nobody's saying anything because no one's going to start a fist fight. Like, you just kind of let them roll with it.
yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to be popping people in the mouth for no
But to your
reason.
point, my daughter said, "Yeah, Dad, it feels weird to be out in public without my mask on."
Yeah.
And she's
So
like, I was
you
like, "Well,
gotta-
this is good."
The brainwashing has worked.
Yes, exactly. We did it. Excellent. I read
I'm
some.
actually pissed. This past year and a couple months, I still haven't gotten to where every time I get in my car, I grab my mask. I have to double back like 90% of the time. I'm furious with myself because I'm like, how dumb am I? I've done this a million times
Yeah.
now. Why do I still forget the stupid mask?
I tell you, for me, once I hit the 2 weeks past vaccination, that's when all of a sudden I forgot it. And I was just like, I'd be popping out of the truck. And it wasn't somebody that was going to just stop wearing it. But
You just kind of
just-
forgot about
yeah,
it.
It so quickly slips out of your mind. But we still have people wearing it in the office. Just, we don't have a clear directive. and
Yeah.
we don't know who is vaccinated and who's not. But
It does put a little mental.
you got to do some gymnastics
little,
for it. Yeah.
little mental worm in there for
Yeah.
sure. I saw something the other day. It was my favorite conspiracy theory. Like people talk about how the vaccine is like putting like a chip
Oh,
in you.
yeah, yeah.
Getting your microchip. And I saw someone debunking it, and it was the best explanation I ever heard. They were like, "Why would we be putting the chips or killing off, say, the population?" That was
Yeah,
the one he was
yeah.
talking about, like killing off the population of the sheep.
Yeah,
They're the only
exactly.
ones who went and got it. So
Yeah.
the only people you're killing off are the ones that are difficult to control. Basically, they need to create the vaccination and then drop like the cloud of tear gas that only affects the
yeah.
unvaccinated. There's another step
That's a great
to this.
point, yeah.
I never thought about that. It's like,
Yeah.
you're only killing the sheep. Well, now you're stuck with a bunch of people who are like,
Yeah.
I see right through you, son of a bitch.
They took our jobs.
Yeah. Dude, these bourbons are tough to tell between.
They really
I
are.
gotta be honest here.
I wouldn't.
Can we pick a hotter day to do this?
Could you?
Sweltering.
Do you think you could blind taste test these? Even if you knew which three they were, like, do you think you could go? This is this, this is this, and this is this.
I can with one of them.
I can pick out one of them
I
clearly.
I wouldn't be able to name them.
Well, that's what he was saying. If you knew what they were,
Obviously,
if you saw the bottle.
nobody would pick them out if you didn't have any options. But I'm talking about like a multiple choice. Like, could you draw the line from Maker's Mark to Maker's Mark?
I can pick my least favorite one. That's the only one that stands out.
That's me.
There's one that stands out as not as good as the other two, and that one I can pick. Abacus, were you saying that there's one that you could pick out because it's better than the others, or because it's the worst?
I don't think it's necessarily better or worse. It just has a much more distinct taste than the other two.
Mm-hmm.
Two of them to me are very, very similar, very smooth, and the other one just has a slightly different
Flavor.
Yeah.
And that's what's so subjective about this, which is why we need multiple people in the room when we do this, because that subjectiveness, we're all going to lean towards what we like.
Yeah.
So at least this way it kind of cuts down the middle. I've got one that I don't like as much as the other two, and that's the one that I think I'm about to put to the side while I work through the other two.
Do you want to do start for at first do the least one, talk about it for a little bit, then go down the road
Bottom
a little
up.
bit, and then
I mean, I can tell you
take
that
our time to get to the top?
For me, strangely, the Woodford comes in third. For me, it's just got it doesn't have as much flavor. It doesn't have as much.
It's almost
going
too
on.
smooth.
Yeah, it's almost just it's just not as good for me. I don't know why. Does anyone else feel that way, or we got Woodford at the near the top?
Well, not. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you were talking. Go ahead.
I was going to say not to be the spoiler, but I'll be the spoiler. That's my number one.
Your Woodford's your number one. Ooh, today's going to be a tough one.
Yeah.
Today's going to be a tough one.
Just because of exactly what the advocates just said. I like
Smooth.
the smooth.
Yeah.
I
I like to know there's bourbon in there.
Yeah. And I tried to make it even. I got the exact same size ice cube for each
Dude,
one
I
of the
tried
cups.
to do the same thing,
and put
too.
these, and this is
Yeah, these are very evenly matched, I think.
It's within $6.
To me, the Woodford is my least favorite, and it's for a different reason. To me,
What's
it
yours?
is the most. To me, it's the most. It's the hottest. The other two go down smoother.
Interesting.
Either way, I'm with you.
And I put about the same amount. I didn't put the exact same. I mean, I tried to level all the ice off the same.
Are we talking about how it actually goes down or the
whatever-
flavor?
Just
It's
whatever,
all of the
whatever you
above.
want.
Whatever
yeah.
you dig, man. As I'm double fisting over here.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, this is much harder going back and forth, like sip after sip with these,
Yeah.
because that flavor lasts a little bit longer than if you were doing two different beers back to back or two different cocktails back to back.
Well, cut it with that Miller Lite. That helps.
I've been trying. I'm running low.
Yeah. I can get you more. Just point at me.
We're good. So are we like eliminating one? Is that what we're doing right now?
I'm trying to make it easier on me, so I'm eliminating Woodford, and now I've narrowed it to the next two. It's not as easy as it looks. This whole process. I am going to have just a little Woodford for fun.
Can everyone be fair and balanced across the board, knowing you know the names of it? Because everyone our age has been conditioned to think Maker's Mark is really good.
You know why I believe
Woodford's
we can?
really good.
Last time we had Weller, which all of us have been conditioned to know this is the best value in bourbon. It's amazing, and we all panned it.
Yep.
Which leads me to believe that we can be objective, not subjective.
Yeah.
Good catch there.
Yeah, that was, we can all toe the line of marketing. We're getting better.
I'm with you.
It's tough. It's tough between these other two, though. I tell you what I am shocked about. That Evan Williams stands right up alongside of these.
I think that punches up.
It punches up, and Woodford punches down. Maker's about what I thought it should be. Pretty damn good.
Yeah, Maker's is pretty good, and I've never had the Evan Williams single barrel, and surprisingly to me it goes down smoother than the Maker's Mark.
So I can give you a little information on the Evan Williams.
Yeah.
We're looking at that. This was barreled on December 31st of 2012.
Damn right.
And then bottled.
That's how they get it into that. It's this old.
Yeah.
Sons of bitches.
And then bottled in April of 2020. So then it's got another year on the shelf.
420, man.
Yeah.
And Evan Williams is the other two are 90 proof. This is only 86 proof.
The Evan Williams?
Evan Williams is
That's
86.
nominal.
That's the $6 savings.
Yeah,
In a
I'm
nutshell.
surprised because I'm a little biased on this. I
Well-
tend to lean towards the Woodfords and the Makers.
Evan Williams gets a bad rap.
It does, and that's
Yeah.
why I wanted to bring that
Yeah.
because I tasted it once at the Duke's house, and he was like, "Try this," and I panned him. I was like, "Come on, dude, you're really gonna bring out Evan Williams?" It was good.
So is this fair to have the single barrel Evan Williams against the standards of Maker's
yeah,
Mark?
because those are good bourbons, and Evan Williams is trash.
Because we're saying it's fair because the price is the same.
Yeah, because that's their best product, and that is their worst product, which is better than any Evan Williams.
Yeah,
I mean, by a
in
long
theory.
shot.
Right, but to Troy's point, should we've gotten just Evan Williams bourbon?
Just
No,
the
only
straight.
if we're gonna do Jim Beam,
Well,
Evan Williams, like standard,
Yeah.
then yeah, I would put it up against those.
Stu can certainly correct me since he's looking at the computer, but I think that your Woodford is a 6 or 8 year bottle anyway. So
Okay.
you've got an 8 year, you've got an 8 year. Makers might be more of a 4 to 6.
Yeah.
So
So they're probably
in
close.
terms of age, I think they're pretty close and
Yeah.
similar. So I think in that regard, I don't think you should necessarily exclude that because it's a single barrel.
I'm having a real hard time between those two.
But I will say, I came in from these three, having had 2 of them pretty regularly, surprised that I am going to put Woodford at the bottom right now as well. It's just not
Yep.
flavor wise. It's super smooth. It tastes great, but it doesn't give the flavor and the enjoyment that you get out of the other 2 right now.
I'm gonna actually have to shoot these and then top them off so they're not watered down for me to make the call. That's how close they are. Which is a lot of booze.
Gonna be a fun night.
Wow.
Huh?
Well, I guess I could pour them into here. That's another.
Yeah, make a suicide out of that.
Yeah.
The Woodford over there.
It's actually a much better
You still
plan
gotta- you still got to finish it.
in due time.
Yeah.
It's a long show.
Now it's blended.
Yeah,
now you made a custom
Now you're a
blend.
master distiller. You just blended your own bourbons.
That's right.
Brilliant.
Congrats.
Yeah, I just like the smooth. I mean, it's rich. I like the Woodford being rich. I like the smooth, but I'm struggling with the other way. Which one is my second? Same way you guys are struggling to get you
Yeah.
first. I'm trying to figure out which one's my
Well,
second.
Stu
but-
always goes against our palate.
Oh, yeah.
Like his palate's different than ours. Like, and that's fine. That's why we do this. It'd be silly if all of us thought all of it.
Ooh, they
was
taste
exactly
very
the same.
different when you have them warm.
Oh, I'm sure.
Not good.
I mean, yeah.
Neat.
Yeah, I mean, if you ask any true bourbon taster how they do it, most people will
they
go with
say
a couple
neat.
of drops of water at
Yeah.
most. You want something to kind of release it a little bit. Ice can be a little bit too much where it chills that palate. Same thing
Yeah.
with people who taste beer. You're not supposed to drink 33-degree beer.
Yeah.
You want it in
I
that
love a
40s
nice
and 50s
room
though.
temperature to hot beer. That's where.
But again, it helps bring out some of those flavors that you don't get when
That's
it's
what
super
they
cold.
say.
Where it chills your palate out.
Well, that makes perfect sense because literally, I don't like all beer. I mean, nobody likes all beer flavors. But if you put it cold enough,
Yeah.
I'll drink it.
Yeah, because what happens effectively is it numbs that your whole mouth. You just
Yeah.
get that cold shock rather than the taste. Now, I'm not advocating for lukewarm
Yeah,
beers
yeah,
by
yeah.
any means.
I know. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. The beer, I have issue with all the beer and bourbon styles when it comes to that kind of stuff. Because the way I look at it is, do it the way you enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
End of
Yeah.
end of story. If you like putting water in it, if you don't, if you like a room temperature, you like it chilled. Like, it's probably why I never really got into wine because it all started with wine and
So many
leached
levels.
over to the beer and liquor. Like,
I can tell you,
Yeah.
it leads into the barbecue world.
oh
And
yeah,
I can tell you this
Yep.
because my dad has a group of friends that they judge barbecue competitions all over the U.S., up and down the East Coast. Met them for lunch one day a couple weeks ago. Place out in Oilville. It's awesome, called the Feed Store, I think it is, out on 250.
Southern States.
Yeah,
The best barbecue.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, it was phenomenal. But they're all over there, like pulling the brisket apart, being like, "Oh, this isn't quite
Analyzing
competition
it.
style."
Yeah,
They're
that's
eating the ribs, and they're like, "Oh, it doesn't have enough bite." And I flat out asked them. I said, "Does it taste good?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, it's so good. The ribs are great." This I was
Yeah.
like, "Then what the fuck difference does it make,
Yeah.
guys? Do you like the flavor of it? This isn't a competition."
That's the problem. And,
Some-
we're doing that right now. We're
Exactly.
dissecting the hell out of
You're
it.
like, do you even enjoy it at this
Yeah.
point?
Well, you asked too. Like
Some
who-
people enjoy that though.
They say it's not
Yeah.
KCBS style. It's like, well, KCBS style made it that way because that's the way that they made barbecue. And they
exactly.
said that this is the best. Like,
This is, it's the feed store,
Yeah.
250 out in Goochland.
Yep.
I'm looking at their menu. They got 6 types of meats, 6 sides, and 2 desserts. That's it.
I absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Right now, it's pretty much all takeout stuff. They got some picnic tables outside, but swing by and grab some food home to take home, man. It's good as hell.
That's why I like going to barbecue places, and
Yep.
I love when you go to like a Mission barbecue and they have like 6 different sauces because I'm like, let me try this, let me try this, let me try that, and I like it all.
I've given up. I have an opinion. It's not a strong one, but I've gone back and forth so many times. These two were very close.
Getting
Yep,
close.
I agree. I've got mine down, and I'm not re-topping off. I know where I'm at.
No, it took
Yeah, I
it took
think
the
I'm
top
ready.
off for me to do it, and I flipped at one point, and then when it cut just a hair second longer with the ice, it flipped back to what I'd had. So it is what it is. That's my.
Are we gonna reveal now? Are we gonna go get?
I can reveal right now before I stop talking. Before I stop thinking.
Stop being.
Because
Yeah.
I've had a lot of bourbon.
Are you
very
on this
quick.
planet right now?
Here's how it goes for me. Woodford is last place.
Yep.
Followed by the Evan Williams Single Barrel.
Yep.
Followed by the Maker's Mark. Maker's Mark is my number one. And that is, I'm telling you, I am splitting hairs. I am not
Yeah.
trying to dog that Evan Williams. That Evan Williams
Yeah.
stands up better than Woodford, and I will go down swinging on that particular point.
Yeah.
I think Evan Williams Single Barrel is far superior to Woodford Reserve, which is shocking for me to even say,
Yeah.
but I don't think it was even close. Woodford is a distant third. Evan Williams is battling, but Maker's Mark, there was something about the flavor that tasted just more correct, and I know that's not helping
Doesn't
many
help,
people out
but-
there.
It tastes
But-
like bourbon's supposed to taste.
There's a correctness to it that the Evan Williams just misses by a hair, and that's it does go back and forth. And when you water down the Evan Williams, it goes back to correct. It's very tough, but there's something about the Makers that I'm gonna put it up. That's my mark.
Yeah, I'll say mine's the same ranking at this point. Woodford last.
See them in a row.
I'm a visual learner. I gotta remember.
I hear you.
And then the Evan Williams second and the Makers third or first in this case. It's it just has that bourbon flavor, touch of heat, especially if you do it neat. You get that touch of heat. It tastes the way it's supposed to.
And I didn't expect that because it came in the smallest bottle.
Good things come in small packages,
I
Brendan.
see that.
So,
go ahead, Stu.
so to your point of Brendan, like what we are associating, what we think of as good bourbon.
Correct,
As you
yeah.
grow up, or you see, or you watch people. I always watched. It always seemed like my grandparents, or father-in-laws or dads. Maker's Mark. You would see this big
Yep.
bottle with the wax dripping over top of it, and like, oh,
Looks cool.
That's
And I tell you that honestly, this is my first time ever having Maker's Mark neat
okay.
ever. So
Okay.
this was interesting for me because
Yeah.
every time I have Makers,
Makers and Coke or
people
something.
are mixing it with
Yeah.
something because I think
Makers and ginger.
high end
That's the shit.
bourbon drinkers look at Makers like, okay, this is an easy one to get my hands on. The price isn't bad. It's not hard
Yeah.
to get. So they just buy it almost as a mixer.
Yeah.
It's punches above mixer, that's for sure.
Yeah. So it's like when I thought that was a high end bourbon. I was like, oh my goodness, that's the one. And then you run into people who really drink bourbon and are really super into it. Makers is what they would mix with a Coke.
But that's what I'm saying.
You're like,
Yeah.
oh,
People
okay.
mix this stuff.
Yeah. It's like so. But for me, which was surprising, is Makers was my last.
Okay. Okay.
Again, I stick with Woodford being number one because I do like the smooth. I like the flavor. Like that's whether it's over ice or neat, I still like it. I still think it's smooth. I am really, really surprised by Evans. Like it's almost got a sweet. I don't know how to say it, a sweet tang to it, especially once it's got a little bit of ice down. But yeah, Woodford 1, Evans 2, Makers 3.
All right. Well, so mine are lined up right here, and I'll turn them around so you guys can see them. Of course, I said Woodford Reserve was last. That was a little too hot for me.
Yeah, I agree. I don't
And then second place, which to me this was a little blander than I thought. The Evan Williams.
Evan, so we all agree.
Yeah.
All of us with real palates.
And then just right, like Little Red Three Bears. Maker's Mark.
Goldilocks is
Goldilocks
what you're
and the
looking
Three Bears, yeah. One was a little too hot. One was a little not enough. And right in the middle there was Maker's Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And I hate that because I kind of was rooting for Evan Williams being
I
the
was too.
underdog. And, like, I mean, we've all been on the Maker's Mark tip since we heard Maker's Mark when we were young enough to know what bourbon even was, because that's been,
honest to God, this Miller Lite tastes like a Coke right now. After drinking it. Like I just sipped it and I was like, is that diet or regular Coke?
So sorry, I went and got some ice, Troy. What was your second one?
Evan
Evan.
Williams.
So
Every one of us put Evan as the number 2.
yeah, so that's to the point. You know, you got whether you put Woodford first or Woodford last. Those are 2 brand names. Everybody's like, oh, those are the things. And you got this guy who's just hanging tight.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Medina Spirit.
low cost compared to the others. I mean, lower.
And you're still
Yeah.
getting a single barrel. There's something
Yeah.
to be said for that too.
that is a tasty treat.
I will say another thing on here in italics it says hand numbered as a sign of its limited availability.
Oh, yeah.
It is not limited availability. Every time I've gone to the liquor store, I've seen it there. So,
That is, and it's got the wax on it,
Yeah.
like a Maker's Mark.
which I thought was pretty solid, but not quite as good as Maker's Mark.
No.
Unfortunately,
To Troy's point earlier, I would be curious to have a separate single barrel competition because I do. There is something for that. There's a reason that they have this. They go through the whole rick house and they pick out
Yeah.
the one barrel that says this is the shit.
Yep.
And
I know what you're saying. I'm really trying to focus on price point. I guess
Absolutely.
I picked a variable
yeah,
and ran with it.
I honestly look at price points a lot of times. Like, I'm like, I'll pay $50 for that, or I'll pay, I'm not looking to spend that much. I'm looking more in the $30
Yeah.
range. Or
And that's kind of it's kind of how each round is. So in that 30 to 40 price range, I would buy Makers. But if you're trying to stay closer to the 30 and you want to spend the extra $2,
yeah.
might I
So,
recommend?
so
Evan
what we're
Williams?
saying is, if next time you want to get, Maker's Mark, but you want to get maybe change it up a little,
pack
get
of
this,
smokes,
get,
too.
Get the single barrel, get the
got
single
room for
barrel
some-
Evan Williams.
Yeah.
I always buy
That's
different.
it.
There's nothing I buy every time. Like,
I don't
change
have a
it up.
go-to. That's actually was the genesis of
Yeah.
this entire contest. Was I don't have a go-to, and that frustrates me.
Yeah.
And I'm almost always willing to spend up to $60 if it's the best. That was the entire thought process behind why I was like, it should be under 60.
Well,
It was all about me.
I'm always looking.
You're
I'm
a
always
19-year-old going into a wine store for the first time. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just, this is the price it needs to be. And
Yeah, I do that all the time. I go, what's under 20? When
Yeah.
it's wine, that's if I can get it under 20.
Well, I'm always
That's
looking for
great.
that cheaper, like $25, like go-to bottle. So I'm trying a lot of the cheaper stuff.
So why don't you let us know what you want to do for
Okay.
that next round, and we'll do the sub 30.
Well, I got put on to a cheap bottle by a guy, and actually more than one person at ABC called. It used to be called Rebel Yale, now it's called Rebel, and I've had a couple bottles of that, and that's pretty good for the price point.
So I think the other rounds that I want to do the sub 30, see if
Yeah.
one can bubble up. Because ultimately, in the end, I would love to see like a sub 30 beat out
Yeah,
our choice for a $59
Yeah.
bottle. That would be
that
fantastic.
might not happen though.
It might not, but if it does,
Yeah.
because this is very scientific how we're doing this. Look how well controlled these variables are.
the glasses are numbered properly. We have the right numbers of glasses.
Yeah,
We took the abacus right out of the equation.
Yeah, I didn't help
By-
out with that
By
this
just
at
saying,
all.
we're going to write the names right on the side.
But is there anybody out there that can tell us you guys did it all wrong because you used styrofoam?
Oh, I was gonna
I'm
say.
sure.
You're not using a Glencairn right now. Like it's
I was
gotta
gonna
come
say
up to
every bourbon
a
nerd is
snifter.
like ready to beat us to death with these
Yeah,
bottles. Like,
they didn't know that we were using styrofoam.
I know,
dude.
but
now
I
you
mean,
fucked it
now we
up.
just
it's an audio medium, Stu. They didn't see that.
and for the record, if it doesn't degrade, it doesn't leach into your bourbon. Science.
That's true.
You know, it would take 500 years before you could even get a hint of styrofoam in your drink.
Yeah, but you know this. Beer, bourbon, wine, there's like shapes of glasses that are better. There's styles and shapes of ice that are better to use. Like, I mean, it's absurd how crazy it is.
I find if you put it in your mouth,
Yep.
you can taste more of it.
Yeah. That works.
Yeah.
Pro tip.
So just out of curiosity, if you guys were going to drink a
Said the
bourbon
guy with
straight,
a $500 fire pit.
Bought a second one.
Yeah, you did.
You're in for a
This
G. For
No. I got the next size down.
Oh, good.
I saw-
$9.50.
Yeah.
No, you jag off. Literally half the price. Amazon had a deal of the day on the Solo Stove Bonfire, which is like the next size down from the Yukon, and it came with like the stand, so you can put it anywhere, the carrying case, the whole nine, and it was half the price of just a Yukon with no stuff. And my wife, she knew exactly what she was doing. She waited till I only had one beer in me, but she did wait until I had a beer in me because immediately my mood is elevated. I'm like, what a beautiful day. It never rains like this on a Sunday. Like so happy. And she goes, did you see the Amazon deal of the day? I'm like, no, I haven't been on Amazon. I'm just doing stuff. I'm
Living
watching
life.
I'm watching
the birds fly.
I'm watching a
Yeah.
50-year-old man win the U.S. Open. Like, I'm busy over here. And she goes, well, there's a Solo Stove bonfire on sale at a ridiculous rate, and it comes with the stand and has all the stuff. She knew exactly what I looked at her
Yeah,
and I go,
she did. Make
go,
you spend your money.
Exactly.
yeah. She was like,
She's been around you long enough.
oh, she
She knows the game.
Played you like a fiddle.
was like, do you want me to order it? And I was like, I mean, if you're thinking about getting it, I mean, I go, that is the best deal I've ever seen on the Solo Stove bonfire, by far. She goes, all right, can I use your Discover card? And I was like, son of a bitch. And Tuesday it showed up.
Weird how that works.
Weird.
Yeah. So now I
Just
got two
think
of them.
for, millions of years, man's been making fires just by putting wood on the ground and
Yeah.
it's lighting it. And now we have the best way ever to do it.
Because you need stainless steel involved.
Exactly, yeah.
And vents.
Yeah.
Rather than like just the open
Brendan,
air.
who was it that?
Contain the fire so all the heat goes up.
Y'all sound
that's
like
what
a
you
bunch
want.
of Neanderthals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm whatever the next elevation of human
Yeah,
is.
you are.
Who was it?
Solo
Cubs fan.
Stove.
Who was it that got
Cubs fan.
Cubs fan. Who was it that got so excited about the Solo Stove and it arrived and it was the size of a paint can?
Our buddy,
Was it
Yeah.
our buddy Nick from Social Auto
Yeah,
Transport.
that was the
He was ragging me.
He was
for
ragging the hell
months.
out
that
of
was
you.
the best.
He was like, I found a Solo Stove knockoff. He's like, it's the same factory in China. I'm positive. I guarantee it. He's like, and he's out here busting my balls. He's like, where's your Solo Stove?
Wasn't it
man?
like
Like-
$39.99 or something? Like
Yeah.
it was $69.99. Like it was.
It was like $50.
Yeah.
And he's like, so you spent 10 times what I'm going to spend
Yeah.
on mine.
And he's got us all psyched up. He gets to the point where he's got his wife backing a truck up, backing her SUV up to unload this thing for us.
because he was like, I want to put it next to yours. I want to compare
And
them.
he's
Like,
super smart. Like
Oh yeah.
when he was like talking it up, I was like, damn, he figured out like he hacked the system. Like
He found the loophole,
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
kept saying that was my favorite.
Oh, and
Where's your
Abacus,
Solo Stove?
don't let this
China.
don't let this sidetrack you. He should be the one to find you a car.
I'm out. We're out on this guy. He's
Oh,
gonna
no,
give me a
he's-
fucking
Nick's the one to find your
Power
car.
Wheels Jeep, one of the Jurassic Park ones.
Yeah.
Jurassic Park Jeep would be sick.
that would be cool.
For the
Did y'all see the
record.
Jurassic Park shoes?
No, what's
No.
a Jurassic
Pull
Park
those up,
shoe?
Stu.
Okay. Well,
I like-
continue.
I like how
Yeah.
see how the abacus just leans right
Yeah.
in. He's like, Stu, just look that up for me.
Produce.
Oh, you used to be hooked up to the TV. What happened?
I stopped pulling the cords down, and I don't mind not having them up, like hanging
Yeah.
all over.
Yeah, I hear
So
you. I hear you.
I'm good with it.
I'll bring
But
my
you are correct.
I will bring my Chrome stick.
I like it.
Ooh, there we
I
go.
like it. The Fire Stick mixed with the Chromecast. Unheard of advancements. Only Stu has it.
So
Chrome
now,
stick.
so now you have two ridiculous. Why? Fire pits.
Well, no, let me go
Because-
back.
Well, I
to
never heard
this
how,
is the Nick,
how
yeah,
small
yeah.
this
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
is.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
so he shows up and he's like, "Well, it's here, bitch." And I'm like, "What?" Now at this point, he's already aware that he has not
Yeah.
purchased the proper.
But he's
product.
selling it.
But he's selling it. He's like, "No, I'm serious. My wife's bringing it." She backs in the driveway with the truck, and then he's like, "You guys go back inside. I'm gonna put it right next to yours, and I want you to see." If you can tell which one is the real Solo Stove and which one is the Chinese knockoff. And I'll be damned if this thing wasn't the size of a jumbo-sized Campbell soup can. And I'll give it a Dinty Moore, the big
Yeah,
Dinty
yeah,
Moore,
yeah.
about that size. He sits it down next to the damn thing. It sure did have the holes in all the right places.
Nice.
It was miserably small.
That's
And
hilarious.
I walked out and I thought I missed it, and I looked at
You thought yours was the tiny one.
yeah, dude, that was hilarious. He was like, "Yeah, I'm feeling a little duped right now. I got to be honest.
How's that return policy back to the factory in China?
He can add it to like a diorama of like a campfire.
Yeah.
This is what a campfire is supposed to look like, boys.
Couple GI Joes around it. The original GI Joe. It would actually look about right with the original GI Joes. But yeah, it was pretty bad. But now I have 2 of them. 2 solar stoves.
So it was one for like on the go, like
precisely. That's exactly why I wanted it.
Yeah,
For
all
like,
the go camping,
no, like
fire
if you,
starting you do.
if you go to the beach, if you go different places, you go on vacation, it's small enough that you can throw it in the back of the truck, but it's also big enough that you can actually have a fire that's worth a shit.
Most places you go like that have fire pits.
The beach, I'm talking about. Like you go
You'll
somewhere
never
for a
dig a
week.
hole
me
in the
on this thing.
sand.
Yeah, I mean, you'll never sell me on this thing.
I don't have to
tell
sell
you,
you one.
my-
I'm sold.
one
Yeah.
of my best friends bought one. I don't know what size it was, but he got it for his birthday. He was super excited for it. We went over that night. We opened it up. It's the smallest fucking fire pit I've ever seen in my entire life. And I'm like,
Oh, no.
dude. I don't know. I think, what do they have? Like 3 different sizes, maybe?
As far as fire pits go, you have the Yukon, the Bonfire, and then you have the Ranger. And the Ranger is like, that's the Ranger.
Yeah. Yeah, he got a small one, and we
The
were able to put
Yukon's
like
not even that big. I mean, it's like that.
3 like sticks
The
of
Yukon's like
wood in there, basically, and
that
No.
around.
it was
No.
great.
Yeah.
You're insane.
The Yukon is 27 inches.
That's not that big.
It used to be 30, and it was too big.
No,
You drank the Kool-Aid, dude. You
Oh,
when has he
drank
ever
all- I
done that,
know.
Troy?
Yeah,
Come on.
that's right. That's not his MO. I'm way off here.
you want to know something
The
interesting?
most expensive something?
Yukon-
Give it to me, please.
Yukon one is 27 by 17.
That's what I said. 27. I know my stats.
2 feet across. Huge fire.
Plus 3 inches.
baseball
Huge
cards of
fire.
his
You know
Eddie,
all about
of
3
his
inches.
solo stoves, like just baseball cards
Yep,
of facts on
yep.
them.
Actually, I'll tell you what. There's an Igloo cooler out there right now because I've always been. If you're not going to buy a Yeti, you should buy an Igloo because at least Igloo is doing its own thing. They invented the Playmate, which is the greatest portable cooler
Incredible.
of all time. Do I have a Playmate? No Playmate, but I have a Playmate.
Yeah.
Everybody does.
It's usually over
Yeah.
there, but there I see
You
my
don't-
Yeti bucket.
Even if you don't know
Yeah.
you have
There's
it,
a full,
you
like-
have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody has a Playmate of various sizes, either for
Yeah.
lunch or for a 12-pack.
Yeah.
But that is the greatest cooler ever made, in my estimation.
Yeah.
For portability, easy
You
use.
change the game.
Yeah. So I'm like, you get an Igloo or you spend far too much and get a Yeti. Well, Igloo has come out with a new cooler that I'm absolutely in love with. It's far bigger than my Yeti. It's got the telescoping rod. It's got the
Handle,
wheel.
the
wheel.
handle.
Yeah. The
Yeah, wheels are important.
Yeah.
And then underneath the
We know
lid,
this now.
underneath the lid, it's got a little part that pops out and goes over the telescoping handle to create like a cutting
Cutting block.
space,
Yeah, like a table.
Some people
It's
call it
got-
like a charcuterie board almost.
Yeah.
if you will.
Yeah.
If you will. Yes. If you want to take your cheeses out to the beach and let them bake
You
in the
want to
sun.
take your adult Lunchables?
Exactly. Which is all that is.
It
That's
really
a
is.
brilliant point.
It really
I never
is.
thought about a charcuterie board as an adult lunchable.
Yeah.
As a kid, you loved the crackers and the pepperoni and the
Yep, yep.
cheese.
That is
And
fantastic.
then now you're charged $35 for crackers and pepperoni
Yeah.
and cheese. I feel like
Brennan's
I ruined
head just
Brendan's day
exploded,
for the
yeah.
day.
No, I am ecstatic. This is
I'm just going to buy Lunchables from now on.
this is the boneless wings of the
Yeah.
of the charcuterie world. Like a Lunchable is just boneless wings.
Yeah.
It's the same difference.
Yeah.
But we're all stepping it up now. We went from Lunchables to charcuterie boards because we're older.
Yeah, we're fancy.
Adults.
This is fantastic.
Just like you can't drink beer and wine out of any old cup or glass, you got to have this is a Pilsner, so it's got to be out of this shaped glass, and this is a red wine, so it's got to be out of this style glass.
Have you seen the hot trend right now with the adult juice boxes, the Capri Suns, the adult Capri
Are
Suns?
they alcoholic or something?
What?
No, so this is brilliant. So Aldi sells these frozen fruit packs, right?
Uh-huh.
That are roughly shaped like a giant Capri Sun. And what you do is you get cheap wine, you pour that bitch in there, and you can pop a big old straw right in the side of this frozen fruit
Easy
bag.
made
Yeah.
sangria.
And you can just walk around sucking on a giant Capri
Or it
Sun.
could be
It's a
vodka
whole-
or whatever you want to put in
I've,
it.
I think
Yeah.
I've seen this.
But
Nice.
this is the hot trend on TikTok. Other youngsters out there know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Not on TikTok.
Doesn't
Jay
surprise
Jay will
me,
hear
Troy.
you. He'll look that up on the TikTok.
Oh, Jay's gonna love this.
Oh yeah.
Have him check it out, dude.
You're assuming Jay doesn't already know about
Yeah,
it.
he might. He might not have told me about it. I'm not on TikTok.
Yeah.
so
Yeah, he's like,
he
finally,
knows all the hip stuff.
finally,
Yeah.
Lee's gone. I can drink my adult Capri Sun. He's at home right now with an Aldi fruit pouch filled with cheap wine. They look awesome.
Yeah,
They look
I mean,
awesome.
I'm all for new ways to get twisted. I
Yeah,
mean,
we're
that's for damn
innovating,
sure.
getting
Yeah,
drunk
yeah.
Yeah.
these days.
Getting blotto like a child.
I saw someone the other day. Somebody sent me a TikTok that was a dude teaching you how to make like a summer beer, and it was basically you take like a frozen that can of concentrate lemonade, like put in a big pitcher,
Like
add
the-
like
Yeah.
One
and
that comes
put
out of the-
4 like Coors Lights in it, and it was maybe something else. It was just
Like in a pitcher?
yeah,
Yeah, dude. That's the way to go.
I'm
Yeah.
sold.
yeah. He was
This is
like,
brilliant.
he's like, whatever cheap beer you want, just pour in there and mix it up, and
I
ta-da.
love that.
It's like your summer shandy. but
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
homemade.
It's all good.
exactly.
When I was in high
Make
school,
the taste.
when I was in high school, like I wanted to be cool, but I like wasn't cool.
Oh, that igloo does look pretty dope.
230. That ain't bad.
Yeah, is that the
That's
the
one. It's this flips over to a charcuterie
is that the
board.
trail mate?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the baddest
feel-
cooler
all right,
going
all
right
right,
Looks
hold
like
on,
looks
hold
like a
on.
Jeep.
How much can you fit in that though? That seems super
90,
It's a
112
70
beers.
No.
70 quart.
112 beers.
Yeah.
Not
which
that I
is
haven't-
112. 112.
I don't make
12-ounce
these numbers
beverages.
up.
How many quarts is your Yeti back there? Is that a 50, 45?
That's a 50.
So it's 50% bigger, basically.
Yeah, I mean that's what I
Yeah.
need. That's too small.
Yeah.
It looks
Yeah, I mean,
like a
that's
whole
taking
house.
a family out to the beach for
Yeah,
like,
and you
Yeah.
can, it's got
It looks like a whole house generator on wheels.
it's got tie down straps. Like you can put all of the beach gear on top of it,
Oh,
haul
nice.
it out to the beach. That is the best. It's got dry pouches
mad
for
at
your
that.
cell phones
No.
and stuff. It's also got a spot where you can put like your tablet in, so you can like watch it.
Oh, nice.
Like that is the most over.
it looks like a Jeep, and it is a Jeep.
And it
kinda does
says-
everything.
That's a pretty sick. That's
Yeah.
a pretty sick cooler.
I'm impressed by that.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you're gonna, if you want to spend a little more money than you should, but you
It's-
don't want to spend Yeti money, that's the cooler.
It's got sunbrella holders
Holders.
on the back of it, so you go through into the sand.
Yeah, no, it is. That's the baddest
these
cooler
guys
on the market.
What's a
Either
A
that or for
sunbrella.
fishing.
You
or
know
for
the
fishing
umbrellas
rods.
that you put into the beach.
Okay.
an umbrella?
Yeah, but the sunbrella is bigger. That's the only difference.
Oh, it is? Because
Yeah.
they all look the same to me.
If you had a giant umbrella, it's a sunbrella.
Okay. That makes sense.
Do you remember the lady who died on her birthday because the umbrella tossed down the beach?
You mean sunbrella?
It was a sun.
Dad
Stabbed by one
stabbed
of
her.
those one
Yeah, what-
time.
she
You got stabbed with one of those one time?
Yeah, in
like rolling
college.
down the beach?
Yes.
That's
Ain't-
deadly.
Yeah, lady
I mean,
died.
Didn't kill me, bro.
Yeah, that's right. That's
yeah.
the abacus, dude.
Titanium.
bourbon.
abacus.
It's all that bourbon.
No, I was fucking hammered. Yeah, down in Myrtle Beach in
Saved
college.
your life. You have to go limp.
Yeah, storm.
Yep.
Storm came up, blowing like hotel umbrellas down
Yeah.
the beach, and I was like, I got
Sunbrellas.
this. I played baseball my whole life, and I tried to catch it, and
No.
I caught it, but the force of it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
still-
God.
yeah.
God stepped in. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
the problem.
Yeah,
What
no,
do you
it
point?
got
Oh,
me pretty
yeah,
good.
the umbrella holders.
Or
Nice.
fishing rod holders. While you're on
Yeah.
the beach. That's the baddest cooler on the market.
Pretty cool.
Like if you're not going to buy a Yeti, actually, I'm probably getting that cooler this weekend, which means I have a cooler up for grabs. It's an older igloo. If anyone needs one.
112 beers. I still can't get
112
That's
beers.
huge. What are you doing?
I know.
You're not gonna put that many beers in it.
No.
No, you put food and other stuff
Yeah.
you want to.
Yeah, I'm not going to put
Yeah.
112. But if you're having a block party,
You can put 48 beers in easily, and then you got plenty of room to put other stuff in.
48 beers is a 4-day weekend.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? 3-day weekend. A
Yeah.
3-day weekend.
for you.
That's a sweet cooler.
I like it. It looks good too.
And it's got them off-road tires and stuff.
Yeah.
10-inch oversized
I like-
tires.
Yeah, that's the and that
Are
is
they
the
pneumatic? Because that'd be even cooler.
no air. Because they don't go.
Oh, okay.
And that pneumatic would have air in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that cooler, that's the largest tire on the market today on a cooler, which I also thought, yeah, I do want
First
bigger
of its
tires.
kind.
Yeah, I want bigger tires. 10-inch tire.
Dude, could you strap that behind the beach cruiser? I bet you could just roll that as a trailer, dog.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say
yeah,
yes.
can you just hook that to the back of the
Here you go,
4Runner?
abacus. Because you asked. The interior is 23 by 14
But look how tall it is.
by 11 and a half.
How are
they fitting 112 cans in that?
That's with no ice.
That's nothing.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. I need to see it in person, but that
yeah.
They sell it at Dick's Sporting Goods.
And it says
Oh,
if you
the
don't want to do,
finest
if you don't want to do
sports
cans,
They sell, Dick's moves a lot of Yeti shit. They have
They do.
all
A
the
ton
Yeti
of
shit
Yeti
there.
stuff.
they do have the top-notch Yeti shit there,
Yeah.
too.
They got the finest of the Yeti
They got the
gear.
stuff that the suburban moms go in and be like, babe,
Yeah.
babe,
I need this for soccer.
babe, come on. Babe.
They've got the big Yeti dog bowls for a mere $50.
Yeah.
for anybody who's interested in this cooler, if you're going to buy it directly from Igloo. They're giving the best pricing because everybody else is like,
You got different colors, too.
The Yeti dog bowl.
They're sold out of 4 of the colors. They only have one color scheme currently available.
well,
on
this
Igloo.
is.
You know what
this
the Yeti dog
white,
bowl is the
gray.
equivalent of? The
the solar stove.
the solo stove. Oh, it holds water and it's $50. Gotta have it.
The Yeti dog
That's
bowl,
right.
That's right.
It's
There's no-
27 inches, Troy.
There's no
My
other way
dog
to
can
hold
drown
water
in it.
without a Yeti dog bowl. I mean,
The dog died
Yeah,
in the
dog-
water
yeah.
bowl.
Brendan put a Yeti sticker on his Forerunner. It went up like $2,000 in value.
Fact.
Well, no, that was the Dickies jacket.
The Dickies jacket.
Dude,
yeah.
don't clown that Dickies jacket, man. I wear that in the dead of summer. Making money.
yeah,
Making
killing
money.
it.
That's how they know how legit you are.
I don't know how we got to that cooler, but you guys have entered into a dark corner of my mind. I've been shopping that cooler for I got an ad one day, I saw it, and I was like, that's not the best looking Igloo I've ever seen. And then they just keep hitting me with it, and I finally snapped. And
Of course,
now it's
he's an
like-
Igloo guy now.
Yeah.
Was a Yeti guy now?
If
an
you
Igloo
go
guy.
back to the beginning of the podcast, I've always said, don't buy Arctic, don't buy Orca.
Why
You
not?
either buy Yeti
No.
because they look like Yetis. That doesn't look like a Yeti.
Yeah, so that's why you buy
No.
Arctic because it's half the price of Yeti and does the exact same thing.
If you're gonna buy something that looks exactly like something else, then you're a chump. You should just
So-
buy
No.
the expense or buy something that's
then why didn't you buy?
innovative.
Why didn't you buy a better sports car?
He
It's the
has
finest sports car in the
finest.
world. It's a Miata.
You know what?
Stu's car looks way better.
Fact.
It looks so
I'm
much
not
fucking
even
better.
mad.
So, I mean,
I'm
it
not
looks
even mad. so good. No, that's a fact. I can't even argue with that. Stu's got is what Italians. If you take an Italian and go, "Hey, could you fix that Japanese sports car?" And the
Yeah.
Italians go, there we go, bellissimo, perfect. I'm not mad.
Allora,
Yeah, I'm not even mad at it. No, that is Stu's car is far cooler than mine. Stu's car, I also could have bought 6 of mine
Yeah.
for the cost of Stu's car.
No, not that many.
Stu,
3.
what
Mine-
did your car cost?
17.9.
Yeah.
5.
You paid like $6,000 for your car. You're a liar.
I paid 4, and I'm rounding up.
and you
rounding
dumped
up in the
and you-
rounding down on price and up in the purchase
Yeah.
number.
I'm just saying,
And
I
not
can't
counting-
I can't get 4.
not
If I had
counting-
4 of them, I couldn't have gotten his car, so I
not-
got to go up.
He's not counting the money he dumped into it once he
Exactly.
bought it.
Yeah.
I didn't dump shit into
The
it.
hell you didn't? You had to get that thing. You took it to the
You had
shop.
to take all the bright pink off of it and everything.
That was my motorcycle, and that's a whole nother conversation.
the
You guys are
the
rude.
turbocharger. Someone hooked
already on
up.
it.
You couldn't figure something out. You had to tune it up.
There was
Had to get the
all on
stains
there.
out of
Now
the
I
front
did
seat.
a wire disconnected,
Yeah.
which shut the whole thing down.
Well, that was
that's
before you had the
important.
Dickies jacket, though.
But that
so-
ended
Yeah.
up costing me nothing because the guy was very nice. Despite 4 days of work, he goes, "I found a wire. I plugged it back in. It's running." I was like,
Well,
cool. And
He
he's
saw you drive up in the Miata and was like, "This guy needs some help.
This guy's poor.
This hairdresser,
Yeah.
this will be my good
Yeah.
deed
He
for
did-
the day."
he probably wrote that off on his taxes.
right.
Charitable giving.
He obviously has no money and he makes bad decisions. I'm just gonna hook him up.
I do feel bad for this gentleman. Look at him in his Dickies jacket like a man. He gets out of
Yeah.
that hairdresser's car. This guy's so confused.
Well, I can tell you this: the Fiata didn't come at a better time because my Impala hit 150,000 miles the other day, and for some reason now I can't get it to start. Period. Check the
Oh,
battery, check the
damn.
key, everything. Like I think I got a bad. I hope it doesn't go into the tinker mode. You know, when your car gets over a certain miles, you start throwing tinker money at it.
Yeah.
I think it might be there. It might be an electrical glitch, but
The fact that you got over 100,000 in an Impala,
Yeah, that's
you
impressive.
did very well for yourself.
but it's a
Fix the glitch and sell it.
It's a 2014.
I understand.
So in less than
It's also a Chevy.
7 years, 150,000 miles.
I just hit I'm about to hit 200K in my Pilot.
That's a Honda.
Yeah, but I got it inspected 2 weeks ago and it passed and everything. But they were like, "Here's what you're gonna need next time," and it's like $1,000 worth of work.
It's just a laundry. It's
Yeah.
like a CVS
Yeah.
receipt.
Yeah,
So
Just excess trees dead.
Yeah.
Dead.
but I'm
Dead.
gonna do it. I'm gonna drop $1,000 into it. Like
I know.
that's
No, because
Right?
it's a Honda. It's
Yeah.
worth investing in, whereas Stu should fix what's wrong
And
Shine it up. No, sell it.
No, that's the thing. I
There's
just
no
paid it
value.
off, and I was like, "Yep, paid it off. Now it craps out."
I just did the same thing with my truck this year at the inspection. Mine's a 2013. Put in about $1,500 to pass inspection, keep it running, everything
Yeah.
else. But it's got 225,000 miles on it now. And it's like this is the truck for
a while,
Yeah,
for
so
another
it's
year.
So I'll tell you a real quick story that happened today, and Brendan, you guys will appreciate this. So I was picking up my girlfriend's car from Warren Automotive.
The man.
So I said, "Hey," picked up my girlfriend's car. She drove off. I'm in my Fiat, and I said, "Hey, my Impala won't start." Fiat. I said, "My Impala won't start. I might have to bring it over here shortly." He said, "Great." He's like, "What is that you pulled up at the parking lot?" Yeah. So Mike walks out. I show it to him, look at him, and he's like, I was like, "You want to see the smallest turbo ever?" I open up the hood.
It is the smallest.
And he
turbo
looks
ever.
at it, and I said, "Yeah, maybe one day you'll work on it." He's like, "I hope not." He's like, "I don't know what's going on in here."
No, it does. It looks like you have a Micro Machines turbo on it. Like that's probably putting like a pound of pressure in there. But it works. It does its job.
5 pounds a car. I mean, you don't need a lot.
That's exactly it. Whereas my supercharger though was like massive.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to go down like the supercar route, but have y'all seen the new Corvettes in person?
I saw one the other day. I was coming down the road.
Did you see the orange one with the black wheels?
No, it was
No.
white.
Oh my god!
And it pulled up, and I actually saw it coming up in the rear view, and I like tapped my wife and was like, "Hey, look over your shoulder." I was like, "Cause this car is disgusting," and I was like, "I want you to guess what that is, because it looks like
I
an
did
absolute
a triple
supercar."
take. I thought it was a Lambo. I
Yeah.
legitimately did.
That
Right,
thing
so-
pulled up. It was scraping the ground. It
Yeah.
pulls up, and this guy's like itching in traffic, and I'm like trying to kind of stay with him in my wife's Hemi, which I can at least
You can take him.
I can play in the game, but like
Yeah.
it's basically the Woodford Reserve. Like, and so I'm like trying to keep up, and all of a sudden you hear this bop, and the dude just is
Gone.
gone, like winds through all the cars and is gone. And she was like, "What was that?" I was like, "That is the new vet, and it is."
So
beautiful."
do you like that people don't like when you think of Corvette, you think of an American muscle car, and you recognize it immediately. And now they've gone to a car that's
That
Is it
full-on
mo-
European.
Yeah,
mid-engine
it's like
style.
you're-
But
and
it's
you're-
2 generations now that haven't looked like vets, that have looked like supercars. Even the last generation looks absolutely like a
This
supercar.
is a mile-long leap past what they've ever
yes,
done, though.
but they've been trending in
Yeah.
that direction.
I think it looks phenomenal.
It's-
As a Corvette
bad.
fan, it is a badass car.
It is pretty badass, and it's rear engine, so it's a total deviation from everything they've ever done. It's balanced. I mean,
Yeah.
it's pretty wild. It's a sweet car.
Sure.
And I don't know if you heard that, Lee, but the same
Or
week
mid-engine,
the same
I
week
should
I
say.
bought
Yeah.
my car, my brother went out and bought the 2016 Stingray Corvette.
Jesus.
Sitting next to each other. Here's what's crazy is
My dick is big.
my roof line, my Spider roof line is a little bit taller than his vet.
Really?
It's ridiculous.
That's funny. 'Cause your car's a good 6 feet shorter,
yeah, it's
That's
so,
hilarious.
It's so low slung. It's
and your
ridiculous.
car looks low to the ground.
Fun getting in and out of.
All of them suck to get in and out of. All of them suck. But
It's well, if you
for
can
the
aff-
price of Stu's Fiata, though, I have all 3 of my cars. I can say that.
There you go.
There
You know
go.
who can buy-
I'm a cheap son of a bitch when it comes down to it. I know what I like.
you know who's not cheap these days? Melinda Gates. $60 billion.
Dude, that is a wealthy, wealthy woman.
How much did I don't know her full name, but Mrs.
Yeah,
Formerly
who-
Mrs.
Bezos.
Bezos walk away.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
who
got-
has
Ooh,
more
who has
money?
more?
Yeah, which one got the better? Who's the richest ex-wife?
I did see a picture of like Amazon stock price, and it had overlaid Ms. Bezos married Jeff Bezos and then divorced or whatever, and then it called her like the greatest investor of all time.
Yeah.
Talking about
That's
meteoric
hilarious.
rise.
Yeah, and who won that deal?
Gates. Bezos. Let's see here.
Because it was
Payout.
later, right? So, I
What-
mean,
what is her
had
name?
a couple
She
years.
has a different name.
Nah.
Melinda? we talking about what are we talking
36.
about?
Okay, so 36 billion versus 60 billion.
God, what a broke bastard. Got her
Ew.
doubled up.
Mackenzie Scott.
Yeah, Mackenzie is her first name.
Gross.
Sorry, honey. I'll call
Mackenzie-
you. I apologize for using
Yeah.
your former name.
Dude,
Yeah,
you
Mackenzie versus
can
Melinda.
talk to the pores however you want. That's gross. 36
Who
billion.
would even under
So 27
50
years
bill?
of marriage
That's
to the
so
biggest
gross.
computer nerd in the world. You think you've done your due diligence and you're able to eject for 60 billion?
She knew what she was doing. She knew because that dude's a creeper. I didn't realize this, but the dude is an absolute creeper. Do you know how
how do you not, as a dude, get to that level and not get to be creep status?
I wouldn't be. I'd even
the
be.
hell
A,
you
I'd be a
wouldn't.
better person.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, you would.
You would do more philanthropy
Yeah,
than
yeah, yeah.
Mr. and Mrs. Bill Gates.
I'd be philanthropying all the time.
I mean, we talk about
be philanthropying everywhere.
dude.
we
In the middle of the
talk
night,
about-
I would just philanthropy by myself.
we talk about it with the sports.
I'm gonna go
guys.
catch a philanthropy. In the
Don't
bathroom.
worry, honey. I'll be back.
Go ahead.
No, I'm not.
So
No,
The sports
I
guys.
oh, good.
I was going back to him. We're playing to pass the hot potato back.
No, go ahead.
I don't know. Tom.
Go philanthropying.
Oh, I already took a philanthropy in the back.
I'm good.
If Troy gets cut off twice, it's like the topic is dead. And I get that. That's timing. That's comedic
It was
timing.
4 times, but yes.
Who's counting? Philanthropy
I can't.
shouldn't be counted. But it is interesting, man, that dude was a creeper all along, and we think of him as like kind of the patron saint of Silicon Valley. Like he's the nice guy. He's the one trying to save the world. But you know how he met his wife? Melinda?
No idea.
She worked there.
So, you think he was flexing on her back in the day?
Yeah.
But he
was
didn't. I mean, I guess he had power because he was a boss, but it's not like Amazon was Amazon back in the day.
No, I mean Bill Gates' wife.
I mean, yeah. That either way, my point is they didn't start off as billionaires.
No, but I think if you really look at Bill Gates' history, he's always been kind of a scum. Like if you look, like he's
I have not looked at his history.
he stole the idea for Windows basically from Steve Jobs when Apple had come up with that operating
I
system.
saw the Social Network.
So there you go. So he pulls that, right? So he kind of pulls that fast move where he takes the operating system, gets it to market first, wins that level of market share.
Who wouldn't do that?
I get it.
The American way.
Yeah.
All's fair in business. I get it. But then he started wielding his power with the women in the workplace kind of the whole time. Like he met Melinda Gates through the workplace, and there has been many accusations. We'll put him as that, where he like reached out and he's like, hey, was wondering if you wanted to go to dinner, like over email to other workers. And this is like recently in the last like 10 years where he's like, hey, would love to go to dinner. And
That's dumb. In the past 10 years to do that, that's really bad.
Yeah.
Like, you should know better. And
And
by
like-
the way, you're a network guy. You should understand how email works.
yeah, he built email.
yeah.
Like he should know, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Him and Al Gore together, just building the email shit.
He's
Yeah.
like, they'll never figure this one
no,
out.
he invented
They can't
Outlook.
trace this.
He should know what this is. But he emailed this girl and was like, hey, do you want to go out to dinner sometime? Like, I'd love to hang out with you, like off the clock. And if not, pretend this email never happened. That's his play.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
he's
yeah,
like
yeah.
an awkward creeper. Now, I'm not saying he was like slapping asses in the workplace, but he was reaching out to women
Yeah.
within the workplace.
Well, did he use like professional words in the email? Like
Hello, ma'am.
yeah, exactly.
Yes. Good evening,
His
ma'am.
mistake was it said send to all.
Yeah.
He had like a special
He had a
like, email
women's
list.
email
that was
list.
just, yeah, just females.
Whoever invented that reply all button is fucking fired.
Well,
But
I mean, I'm assuming we've all had jobs where, like, the boss asks you to do something, work a certain day, stay late. Like, I'm talking legit work, and you may not want to do it, and you're like, well, I'm going to do it because the boss, like, reached out and asked me to do something, so I'm going to do it. Like, can you imagine what it's like to be on that end of
Well,
it?
yeah. There's
Like,
if your boss, I'm assuming your boss is a guy. I don't know. That's
I got a lot of
presumptuous
bosses,
of me.
and
Okay,
yes,
so
they're all male.
You have a male boss.
Yeah.
Invites you out to dinner, one-on-one after hours. You don't think twice about it.
No,
You got a female boss. She invites you out to dinner after
I wouldn't
hours.
think twice about it.
I would. I assume she wants to bang me.
I mean,
Naturally.
I wasn't even talking about like personal stuff. I'm saying like, I need you to work extra. You're going to do it. Like when the boss
of course.
asks you to do something and you want to be successful in whatever it is you're doing, you're going to do it.
But there's an added level of pressure when
Yeah,
you're a
absolutely.
female
Yeah,
employee
that's the
to a
whole
male
problem,
boss. I
is
mean,
that,
that's
like,
yeah.
That
Troy
person
could
isn't
have gotten
a-
an email from a guy who said, let's just meet at Godfrey's.
Fair enough.
yeah,
That's a very local
and it's work related.
deep cut, but I
Yeah.
dig it. For all those outside of here, Godfrey's has the best drag brunch in the town.
And it's a gay
But
bar.
Babes has a volleyball court in the backyard, so
Yeah.
Shut your head. I did not know this.
You know that? You never been to Babes?
I lived across
You're
the street
missing
from
out.
Babes. I didn't know they had a volleyball court.
Yeah.
yeah, dog.
Always.
Dude, I will wear a
I'm sorry,
Speedo
Babes. I just
and-
blew your spot up, but
Well, it's mostly a lesbian bar, though. Not really. It doesn't really
Fair.
cater to the male
Yeah.
side of it. Now, good news, ladies.
Well, that-
I like women too, and I love volleyball, so maybe we can get along.
you seen that that scene in Top Gun? It's based on Brendan's life, basically.
You laugh. In college,
Always plays volleyball in jeans. Always plays volleyball in jeans.
in college, I had a volleyball court in my backyard for a year and a half, and I was always on that volleyball court.
Oh, yeah.
Looking like Top Gun.
Aviators and
Or
jeans.
were you Iceman or were you Maverick?
No, he was the guy in the bleachers that
Iceman.
was sitting there.
I was
Cheering on the
Yo,
guys.
I just want everybody to win. No way.
Yeah, yeah.
I was definitely Iceman 2020. Like Val Kilmer looks like shit now. That was
he's doing his best.
a
We don't
little
need
closer. Is he? Is he? That dude looks like he hasn't passed up a
Don't
fucking
talk
quarter
about Doc
pounder.
like that.
Isn't he making he is making a cameo in the second one.
As
As
what?
he
Jabba
should.
the Hutt?
I don't know, but I think I saw that.
A corpse. He's playing Goose.
It opened.
He's playing Goose.
That's the joke I was going for. Well played, Troy. That's awesome.
Boom.
That's exactly
the movie
it.
starts off at the funeral, like
Yeah.
Yeah. He's bloated because he
Iceman's
was in the
dead.
water for so long. No, Val does not look good.
This movie has so much to live up to based on the fact that it's been prolonged for so long.
He's already beat
Postponed for so long, like-
tuberculosis.
Once.
Yeah.
He had the consumption.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yep.
Why am I drawing a blank on the name of the movie? The Young Gun, not Young Gun.
Tombstone.
No,
Tombstone. Yes. I'm like, why am I drawing a blank there?
Young
Sounds
Guns is
awful,
great
baby.
too.
But not as good as Tombstone.
No, not at all.
That's all I'm saying.
I think,
But
like,
yeah.
does everybody from M4K just like lean into Tombstone? Like that's the thing. Everybody wants to be a
Yeah.
person on Tombstone.
Did you
Like,
see?
Have you seen Tombstone?
Mhm.
I mean, the mustaches
Oh,
are like
they're
the best.
phenomenal.
Did you
But
see
you
the
can't do it
mustache
in
that
a
I
mo-
had just a couple months ago?
No, I hadn't.
It took me 4 months
Yeah.
to grow that mustache. So in November I started, and then in December I grew the beard around it.
Mhm.
I never once trimmed the mustache, not once.
Wow.
I just kept parting it, and then finally one day I shaved everything around it. Glorious.
I can imagine.
It was Tombstone-esque, but it took 4 months just
Well,
to
and
get to
and that's
Tombstone.
where the M4K. That's why we were trying to. We've talked about changing some rules up because like if you want to have a glorious mustache, you can't do it in 30 days. Like that's not. But I think also the other side of that coin is M4K doesn't want you to have a glorious mustache.
They
Yes.
want everybody to point and laugh at you.
Yeah, they want you to look silly.
But after seeing what a real mustache looks like on me,
Oh yeah.
there's no doubt that I am going to continue to grow the mustache around the beard. I just have to figure out how to not make it look really stupid. Like the pandemic helped me
Yeah.
quite a bit that I could like hide it behind a low def camera.
I'm trying to get a picture because I'm trying to remember. Is your dad full beard and mustache, or is
But
it just
everything's the same length.
everything's okay?
So if he shaved it off, the mustache would just be good. Whereas
Yeah.
my mustache was magnificent.
So we actually just hired a guy, and so he was wearing a mask the first couple of days in the office, and he happened to pull it down one time, and somebody pointed out, I was like, "Holy shit, you have a mustache!" He's like, "Oh yeah, I've been growing it for a couple of months." The thinnest mustache I've ever seen. But now we have a new recruit.
And then Jay said, "Hold my beer."
but
That's an inside joke as well.
Yeah.
Our friend Jay, who's been on the podcast many times, he can grow his mustache year round, and
Yeah.
it will always be wispy like Pedro
Yeah.
and
no,
Napoleon
he has
Dynamite.
not shaved. Like if you saw him today, if you walked in the door right now, same he looked in December when we did the holiday drink.
That
challenge.
is crazy.
Seriously?
Like he trims here and here,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like it does not fill.
It's very odd. Like
He's the Joe Dirt.
Prince would be like weak mustache.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
Earl Flynn would be like, "Nice try."
Right.
Yeah.
Timely reference.
What can you
Yeah,
do?
Earl.
What can you do? Yeah, you did drop an Earl Flynn.
Yeah, it's a pencil thin mustache, dude.
Like, I
True.
respect
Yeah.
it. But if we're going to talk Earl Flynn time, Nancy Reagan, I heard.
Did something.
Just saying.
That's crazy. So earlier today, when we were talking about doing the bourbon tasting, it reminded me, looking at cars and stuff over the last couple weeks for my daughter, came across the 1957 Eldorado. Just in general, I was looking on Facebook Marketplace.
I was going
things
to
was
say,
coming
what are
up.
you doing,
But-
dude?
Hold on,
The-
I'm not familiar with a 57 Eldorado, and I'm a car guy. I don't know this car.
It's
either-
a land yacht.
It's a land yacht. It's huge. Either way, 1957. The glove box came with a complete drop down mini
are
bar.
you talking about
with
the
shot
ad?
glasses?
Yes.
and all of that stuff. So
Yeah.
it started popping up in all over the place.
It's like a precursor to the Thunderbird, it looks
Yeah.
like. But it's a Chevy.
It's
Yeah.
long as hell.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Thunderbird's a
Dang.
sports car.
But that was a
yeah,
selling
but
feature
it
for
seems
it.
to have a similar line.
That was a selling feature for it. Was it had a mini bar?
Oh, I saw
Shots and
I saw an
everything.
ad the
Yeah.
other day for an old Ford.
That's why I smoked
and
Chesterfields.
It had the Chesterfields.
You can buy one for $165,000.
That'd be a good first car for your daughter.
I saw an ad the other day, and it had the glove box, and it was like large enough for all your necessities, like cigarettes and bourbon.
Yeah.
Was literally
really?
in the ad, and I was like, "That's hilarious!"
Yeah.
That the glove box was designed to hold a significant bottle of bourbon for when you're, driving.
Road sodas.
I have a whole recipe drink book called Road Sodas. And
Nice.
It's all about reusing whatever sodas, whatever juice you happen
Oh,
to have in
nice.
different containers and drinks on the go. That's what it's made for.
Hell
How do you
yeah.
need a recipe book for that? Drink 2 sips of your Coke, fill the rest with bourbon.
It's a little more highbrow than that.
Is it?
It steps it up a little bit.
Does it?
It tells you to cut open a Capri Sun, pour tequila in, and drink the Capri Sun with tequila.
Nice.
Damn.
You've cut it open. It's now just a loose, flimsy. You may as well have a Ziploc bag.
Now
They
we've
use
done,
Ziploc bags in some of the recipes.
Of course they do.
Yeah.
Not good.
Nothing's more undercover than a dude drinking a Ziploc
yeah.
bag going down
Officer,
the
they're
road.
just Ziploc bags,
Yeah.
Is
bro.
that guy drinking his pee?
I keep all my soda in Ziploc bags. Don't you, weirdo? Now
Yeah, I'm the weirdo now.
Yeah.
I get it. No, I get it now.
So we've
Keeps the
taken
microchips
some road trips with the White Knight, and he taught me, and I don't know if you remember this part of our one epic trip down south where he was
In the minivan. Oh, I do.
I was driving.
And I was working.
Yeah, and you
and
were
then
working.
I finally had one of his drinks.
And he told us that solo cups came with markings on them, which I've always heard that
yes,
at the bottom is like a shot.
the
and
very
then-
bottom line is a shot.
yeah.
Yeah.
So he was making these something in soda drinks, bourbon and soda, or something like that.
It's a rum with that.
rum
Dark
and
rum.
rum and soda, right?
Diet sodas
Yeah.
or sodas, yeah.
And he's like, so the line at the top, you fill
The
you-
top
He's
line
like, you
in the
fill.
solo
He
cup.
goes, you fill the solo cup with ice, then you pour rum up to the very top line, and then you top it with soda. And we were
It's
like,
like an eighth of an inch tops.
oh God, dude.
It's a nightmarish.
It's literally a splash. And
Well, you got to get some.
I remember we'd been driving down the road for hours,
yeah.
and finally I finished work. It's now
He had a
5:30.
bunch.
Yeah, he already had
Yeah.
4 of these things, and then he's like, well, you want one? And I was like, you know what? Fine. It's after 5:30. No one's gonna call. I'll take one of your mixed drinks. Never again. Never again. I still can't breathe out of my left nostril.
And he swore that was the recipe per the Dixie Cup people.
Yeah, the Dixie Cup people measured this shit out
and we're
for
like,
you.
what? It's like ice, then gurgle, 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 gurgle.
Well, why didn't he take the restrictor plate off? Let's move this thing along. Let's
Yeah,
go.
Right.
And then splash. I'm like, dude,
What are you
gonna
do with the rest of the
insane,
Coke
dude.
that you just
Yeah,
opened up?
exactly,
I
yeah.
love that he's actually measuring that abomination.
You've got 19 ounces of Coke in that bottle left.
yeah. Splash.
I think it's supposed to be.
Just enough to change the color.
I feel like that's supposed to-
barely.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a light brown.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like the crushed ice, so there's not as much open space, and he's using the
Yeah,
hollowed out
yeah,
ice.
yeah.
I need
Yeah.
extra rum in this.
Which is the finest ice. That hollowed out stuff, that is hard to get your hands
So
on.
I got to ask you, Ab, because have you ever used a Ziploc bag for liquor to get into somewhere?
Yeah,
You have?
yeah.
Okay, because I experienced it for the first time when 2 weeks ago I went to the Jamie Johnson concert out at Meadow Event. Check it out, and literally,
You did a
Ziploc
Ziploc
bags?
bag?
no, I didn't do it. I was one of the guys we were with had brought. liquor.
Allow me
And-
to
and opened
introduce
up-
you to
Yep.
a new product
Yep.
line,
I
the
was like-
Rum Runner.
Yep.
I was like,
The Rum Runner.
The rum runner's where it's at.
is an industrial strength Ziploc bag with the screw on top in a corner, which
It's
is
a flask.
where you want it, but it's
It's a
but
soft flask.
it's soft side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've,
And-
I've used them.
Those bladders you could put on you like a catheter bag all over you and get into
You know
any
what
number
else?
of shows.
You know what else a friend of mine told me that you could do with them? It was a friend. You could take if you go
You really sold that.
if you go on a cruise. My friend said,
It's a guy named Retroy.
yeah.
You're Tory.
If you go into, you can take them and put them in your check bags, like in shoes, and they go through X-rays and nothing picks up on them.
And it's the Rum Runner or something else?
It's the rum runner.
Yeah, because that's what I discovered it when my brother-in-law, well, all of us were going on a trip. My brother-in-law were very concerned with the amount of booze we would have.
Yeah.
And so we discovered the Rum Runners, and we could lay them in between shirts, and it doesn't pop.
Yep.
Yeah, so the move at Clemson football games was the guys would take whatever soft flask and drop them between cowboy boots, and girls would stuff them in their bras. So
Yeah.
you would walk into the football games
Perfect.
with, however many liters of bourbon or
she's
rum or
hammered.
whatever
She's a little
else.
deflated.
One's really big. Oh yeah, cowboy boots. No one even if you
Yeah.
pat down a cowboy boot,
Yeah,
you're not
because
gonna feel
even with the
anything.
wands, I mean, they're not going all the way down.
No,
like you
no.
could go in with like metal flask in your boots,
Yeah.
basically.
Damn.
That's it. I love smuggling booze and things. Like I've smuggled booze in so many. I used to have this pair of pants, and it had like elastic drawstrings on
Uh-huh.
them, and they were my concert pants because I could tie them around
Oh yeah.
Rum Runner bags and just kind of
Tuck them in.
hang them down,
Yeah.
and they would just hang awkwardly down by my calf. And yeah, you walked a little funny, but the moment of truth,
Yeah.
you're not walking very much. It's just a
that's
couple
true.
steps. And I'd go in there, and this is the problem with places that prohibit alcohol use. Is a true alcohol drinker is now reduced to the highest proof alcohol they can sneak in.
Yeah.
Whereas if you just let me bring in a 12-pack,
Yep.
then I would never drink
bringing
half
my
a
Miller
gallon of
Lights.
rum.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not
Exactly.
bringing in the highest proof rum or bourbon that I can get in
So
there.
now, all of a sudden, I'm vomiting over here. I've cracked on the field.
I'm blacking out.
I've thrown a trash
Yeah.
can.
Yeah, it's
for
a
everybody
whole different.
For everybody out there, take heart to these experiences and how to do it, because if you go to Meadow Event for a concert, it doesn't matter what it is. Everything's $10. One drink,
Like a Coke.
Bud Light, everything.
Yeah,
$10.
Yeah, and that's the problem, right? Like you said, like you go to a NASCAR race, you can take whatever you want in there. People just pack a 12
I
pack
do.
of Coors
I
Light.
pick a
Yeah.
very normal amount of
Yeah.
booze, and I walk out with booze.
Yeah.
But if you tell me, oh, you can't bring it in,
Yeah.
but we're gonna use metal detectors, I'm like,
Break
okay,
the fucking law.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring in enough to kill
Yeah.
a horse.
You got some Everclear?
I'm going
Let's
to meet
put it
some
in there.
friends.
Yeah.
We're all going to get drunk.
Because I'm not gonna go out of my way to smuggle in 2 shots.
And
Yeah.
then if they
I'm gonna
say
bring 70 shots.
if they say you can bring it in, here comes Brendan with his 112 igloo cooler, drag along everybody.
That trailmate is sick. You're right. I'm pretty
So,
excited about that.
Speaking
thing.
of like NASCAR races, there's a rule like you can bring in a personal size cooler, basically,
Yeah.
like small size.
Yes.
Years ago, my dad was working out there, and as a volunteer and all, and they saw this guy, big 6'8", heavy set, huge guy.
I'm gonna tell the story from my side after you're done telling it from his side.
Sure, dragging like what would be called like a body cooler, like a
Yeah.
6 foot
Yeah.
thing. And
Oh,
then
no.
he gets from how
Oh,
the
you-
rate the parking
you
lot
park
at the
a mile
RIR,
away,
they're
yeah.
forever. And this guy's walking in the middle of the heat of September,
Yeah.
like just dying.
Yeah,
He'd
you
walk
can't.
15 steps, sit on the cooler. 15
Yeah.
steps.
Yeah,
sit
you
on
can't
the
bring
cooler.
that in. It's a personal cooler.
Yeah, he didn't know that.
Yeah,
So-
okay. I was about to say,
Wait,
I
wait,
know
wait,
the
wait.
rule. I'm very
Aren't
familiar.
they all personal coolers?
Well, I was gonna say it's
They're
6'8",
proportional to size.
6'8", 300 some pounds might be a personal
Yeah,
cooler
exactly.
for that dude.
So
That's
he
true.
he is
There you go.
a mile from his parking space and a mile from the racetrack at this
Yeah.
point. And they pull up on him. And they're like, "Sir, just to let you know, you can't take that in." And he was like, "Oh, God damn it!" He sits there, he cracks open the cooler and just starts drinking
Yeah.
beer. And he was
I'm
like,
just
"Well,
gonna
not
look-
making it in. I'm just
Yep.
drinking here now." It's like, oh, this is a problem.
Got closed circuit TV.
Exactly.
I love this fat ass drunk. He got that far and then went, well, good
Yeah.
enough spot for me.
Yeah, somebody at a tailgate's bound to have
Yeah.
a TV or a radio. It's like,
Oh, a lot of those tailgaters don't even go to the race.
that's
Well,
my
he's-
move. I go a tailgate and
Yeah.
then I leave.
Yeah.
I don't need
I
to deal with all
literally
that.
do the same thing on true NASCAR day.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I will go there, I will enjoy it, and then be
Yep.
like, gotta go.
I can listen to it on the radio on the way home if I want.
Yep.
Why
Pop
would you
it
do
on the
that?
TV.
Race is boring as shit.
I'll still say that watching NASCAR is the best way to take a nap on a Sunday afternoon.
Oh yeah.
It's 4 hours. You fall asleep to the hum of the engine. You wake up when the announcers are yelling because there's a crash. You see what happened. You fall back asleep.
I love that. So the three of the four of us, 75% of us, could not agree with you more. All in. Stu
Fuming.
is fuming.
No. It's really funny because I love to go to the race, but to Lee's point, I'm thinking, holy shit, that's exactly how I will watch a race on Sunday.
Then
if
you
I
watch
can't
the
go.
end. Yeah.
You watch the first 20 laps.
Yep.
You watch the last 20 laps. In between, whatever happens.
Yeah.
I'm that
Great.
way with Cubs baseball. I come out here on a Sunday, I sit my ass right there, recline, and that's basically
Yeah.
it. You know, like it's just I just kind of zone out because baseball is my favorite thing to have in the background.
Yeah, baseball's good napping too. But I do tell you, like, I'm not a NASCAR fan per se, but Fox does a great job putting it on. Like, you don't have to know anything, and it's fun to watch. And I still say going to a night race is one of the most amazing sights, sound. Like,
Absolutely.
all five senses are just at peak.
For an hour and
like,
a half.
You absolutely go.
Yeah.
You see
Which is
the
why
race at Richmond. I think the 3/4 mile track is the perfect length.
Yep.
It's fun. You do that at least once, and then after that, you do whatever you want.
I'd
Yeah.
much rather go to like a cheap raceway, like somewhere just like around the corner. Like when we went to school, Stu, we had that New River Valley Speedway.
Or Southside.
yeah,
you
you
used to have the
Southside,
Southside
yeah.
Speedway.
Yeah.
This is every bit of an enjoyable experience, if not more, because they're only doing 30 laps.
Yeah.
The wrecks are prevalent.
Southside was great because bring your own cooler was just the 12-pack. Didn't need the cooler. Just bring it in straight from the
Yeah, you didn't have to walk a
you didn't
mile.
have, you didn't have to have
Yeah.
a cooler. You didn't have to have anything. You just carry a 12-pack of beer in.
Which is my
Sit down.
favorite. I love every so often when a company comes out with like the cooler that has the walls that can hold
The ice. Yeah, you
Yeah,
dump
you
the
just
ice
dump
in
the
it.
ice
Yeah.
in it. Now you are just carrying your cooler.
Genius.
I love that.
Yeah.
I assume it degrades very quickly in a landfill.
Oh, yeah.
Probably.
I would assume.
Well, it's just
You hope
thick,
so.
it's thick cardboard. That's all it is.
Well, we bought
Yeah.
something
See? Boom,
a couple
respect.
years ago. Dogfish Head had one of those kind of cooler
Yeah.
box things.
Yeah.
We put ice in it. Didn't last more than 30 or 45 minutes before
Yeah.
the cardboard was just falling apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's
just
piss
being-
poor.
Yeah, come on, Dogfish Head.
Aren't they out of Maryland?
Delaware.
But dude,
Exactly.
That explains it.
exactly.
Sequence.
If they had more
Sequence
sales
is-
tax, they'd be able to afford better stuff.
Yep,
Sequence
no
is one of
sales
my
tax.
favorite beers, though, man.
Sequence ale.
The sequential ale.
Oh, so good.
No, sequence ale.
Is it just sequence?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, we did it on deli.
Yeah, very early on.
Yes.
Lee
You would know.
Yeah.
I was about to say.
Don't tell him.
Yeah, he's the only
tell the
person who
abacus.
knows the delis better than I do.
Yeah.
At this point, which you have created that amazing Google spreadsheet. I do go back to it because every once in a while, now it's getting to the point where we've been doing this for far too long,
Oh, yeah.
and it'll come up where like someone will bring a beer in, and I'll be like, and I can go back and look,
Yeah.
That's the point.
and I'll be
of
like,
it.
well, I'll be damned, we haven't done
I
that.
told you one time. I think y'all have only done one beer twice. I think is the only time that y'all have ever had a double, and y'all realized it.
In the moment, I was like,
That was the daytime, right?
Yeah, and
Yep.
it was only because y'all had done it like 2 weeks prior.
I
It
know.
was
That's
so
the funny
sick.
thing was we did it so back to back.
Yeah.
But that's a testament, though, to go as long as you've been doing it.
Yeah.
We've
It's
been
all
doing it.
Brendan because I literally don't
Well,
remember
y'all
any
have
of
always said that Troy, you've been like, oh, I don't remember what we had
Yeah,
last week or
I
whatever.
don't.
But Brendan,
I really
he
don't
has
know.
always been able to pull it off without
it. Yeah.
without this.
pretty
Except for
well.
that we get a stroke, which was the same week we did the back to back one.
That's the only stroke that's been clinically proven.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, who knew? Who knew? I am shocked though that there's that much beer. Like it just
They
keeps
just keep
coming
coming. Yeah,
out.
they just keep coming out with
I'm
it. It's
blown
crazy.
away. The worst part is that when you are looking for new beers all the time, it's very hard to go back and find some of the delis.
Oh yeah, like if you want to,
Like
if you like something.
Some of them are so seasonal.
Yeah.
Or
well, my
low-
favorite low carb beer ever of low carb IPAs.
Oh yeah, the
was the Wowza.
Yeah, we haven't seen the Wows.
The Shoots?
Literally cannot
I'm
find
hoping
it.
Yeah.
that
Was
comes
it the-
back out
yes,
this
The
summer.
Schutz Wowza?
Yes,
I like that one.
it was. We all did. It won a deli, and it was the first low carb deli that truly like stood up. We were
Yeah.
like, that is amazing. That beer. I've never seen it since.
The Goose Island Solo I thought was good, but the
It's
Wowza
good.
was still better.
yeah,
And I'm hoping that it comes back out this summer and becomes like the. All right,
and it's
we'll
such an
bring it back out.
identifiable can with the
Oh,
weard
yeah.
wavy lines and everything.
Yeah.
Like,
Very
it just
psychedelic.
I would love that beer. Dude, the linemen are blowing this game.
Yeah, I
They
thought
were
you were
up
the
13
biggest
to
lineman
nothing.
fan.
I know. Well, we're all diehard linemen. What are we watching here? This is Thursday spring
TSL.
football.
The
What's
spring-
it?
The Spring League.
So they actually used a letter for the.
Yeah, the Spring League.
The
Better
Spring
than the
League.
They're
Civil.
They're getting better.
They're gonna fail.
They're getting better traction than the XFL, who none of the television stations decided to give ad revenue for
Well,
the
this is
offseason.
on FS1, so you got to do some digging to find this.
The XFL was popular on its last year, but I guess COVID knocked it down, right? Because
Yeah.
DC had a great
they
team.
didn't even make it past half a season or so.
But the XFL should have never even tried again. They'd already failed once in a perfect market.
But I'm worried about the linemen. I mean, they don't even have pants for their players.
So do we even know where the line? Because
No, we don't know where any of these
inside
localities
baseball
are.
for the whole crew. We were out here watching a Thursday night spring league. I cannot believe that the T is the.
Yeah.
It breaks my heart. So,
the Spring
so
League.
Thursday spring league.
I think they play on other days other than Thursday.
Yeah, but the T should stand for something more than the. Like Titanic
We're-
spring league.
We're watching the
Tremendous
Conquerors
Spring League.
versus
Tremendous
the
Spring League.
linemen.
But so like earlier tonight we saw one play and we all were like big lineman
Yeah.
fan.
Pick
Yeah.
6, ran it all the way back from the goal line. We're like, fuck yeah, lineman all the way. They called it back for a penalty.
And now we're like they
Yeah.
always get gypped.
The
But I'm
fix
like,
is in.
but I'm all in on this game now,
Yeah.
and it's been bugging me watching it go back and forth, which is not good pod.
No,
My
not at all.
apologies. Everyone's like, what are they
But
talking
So
That's
go
kind
to your
of-
DVR and
Kind of our
find it.
specialty.
Not good pod.
Kind of what we do.
It's basically the NFL's developmental league.
Are they associated with the NFL?
No,
Well,
but that's what
playing,
they're
man,
equivalent
playing in
not.
the Indianapolis
equivalent
Colts field. But
I
don't mean
Troy's
I
like,
guess.
then it's not.
Well, that's like my wiffle ball team is MLB development.
Fact. That's a fact. That kills me. I don't know anything about this, but I do want to talk about it because I just looked down and I go, what is that weird word? How do I say this? Brian? Bryn?
Berna.
The Berna.
My handwriting, I can't even read it.
Yeah.
well, the bourbons probably didn't help.
So it's BYRNA.
You notice I did not drink the
You
suicide.
never went back to the suicide.
No, because I realized after we were doing
Here,
the
I'll
bourbon
take it.
tasting, I was 10 minutes into the show,
Need more ice.
and all of a sudden it was like my
I got
face
some right
went,
here.
my
I got
face
some.
went numb, like everything
It's very
started
hot
going
in
loose,
here.
and I was like, you know
Yeah.
what? I need to stop drinking. I know where I stand. Evan and Makers are better. Makers is a hair better. We'll move on, which ultimately proved true. So look at us.
Yeah, so I was down in Virginia Beach past a few nights on a work event, and one night I got to go hang out with my sister who lives down there, and my niece and her husband, and my sister was showing me this gun she has that's called a Bourbon. So what it is, it looks like a gun. Hers is pink, so it kind of doesn't look like a gun. It's a handgun. But what it is, it's a CO2 powered self-defense type thing where it shoots.
Now airsoft guns are CO2 powered, right?
Yes.
But
But an airsoft gun will hurt you.
Yeah, but this shoots like large caliber. They're about the size of a marble.
It's a musket ball.
Yeah, and it holds five shots. So she was like, "Oh, check this thing out." You know,
Can I back it? Is it a cartridge or is it more like a
Single
revolver?
shooter?
What am I dealing with? How does
so
it?
it has a magazine,
A
like,
magazine.
like a semi-automatic,
Red
Okay.
Ryder.
and it holds
So would
five
you-
shots.
As far as the look, like a Glock.
It kind of looks like a large handgun. I mean,
9
it's
millimeter.
Yeah,
maybe a
it's
little bit bigger because it's got a weird. The CO2 cartridge goes in the front, right underneath the barrel, so it's kind of
I think it.
thicker.
Okay, so the barrel
across there.
looks thicker as far as the profile is concerned,
Yeah.
but the grip is similar to a
Yeah,
9
almost
millimeter.
exactly.
Taser look.
And is it
feels like.
longer than
Yeah.
a 9? I'm
No.
trying to use a 9 as reference as kind of
It's
the.
about the same as a. I mean, I'm not a huge gun. I don't know, like maybe it's closer to 40 caliber because it's a little bit bigger.
This is a man who, like the third time I met him, he pulls his gun out and puts it on my bar.
Yeah, but I'm not a
I was
gun guy.
No, but you were a
Yeah.
you were a carry guy
Yeah,
for a long
and I
time.
still carry from
So
time to time.
in my mind, you'll always be a gun guy because one of the first impressions I had of you was when you were like, "Ew, this gun is digging into my hip," and like
Yeah.
you stuck it on my bar, and I was like, I have a bat under my bed in the house. And
I am lacking right now.
yeah, I was like, this is not going well. I'm in my garage and he's got a gun.
I hope he likes the beer I gave him.
Troy's the gun guru of
Yeah.
ITPH. Like that's his title. Yeah.
Well,
Ely,
there used to be one.
Yeah.
Well, R.I.P.
Yeah. He'll be missed. He'll be missed.
He didn't shoot himself for clarity.
Yeah.
Like,
I
Well, he
was
wouldn't. He's very good about
I
that.
was hoping he'd be here because I kind of want to stay on it. But my sister was like, check this out. So we took it out to the water and we were shooting it. And she shot it a couple times. I had some coworkers and they
How
shot
does
it a
it
couple
sound
times.
when you shoot it?
Just like a high-powered air gun. It's like,
Okay,
like,
so it's more
yeah.
of a
like
psh than a
paintball
bang.
kind of sound.
yeah, exactly. But
Okay.
it moves, right? So it comes with different projectiles. I think Stu looked it up.
Can I
It's
give
got
you
like,
the 2-sentence write-up?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'd
go
love
That
ahead.
way it'll be a little.
Yeah.
do that.
So the burner is an incredibly powerful and effective non-lethal self-defense weapon that can be taken virtually anywhere. Powered by air-compressed CO2, the burner shoots .68 caliber, so .68 caliber rounds.
That's a giant.
Either
caliber.
kinetic,
Yeah.
which is just solid, or chemical irritant projectiles to disable a threat up to 60 feet away.
Yeah. So,
Okay, so kinetic is a musket ball without the projection of gunpowder.
Yeah.
So it's not going to go in you, but it will
Yeah.
knock you down.
So you don't have to have a concealed carry. You don't have to have anything, no permitting to have this. It's
Just-
not. It's not a gun. It's like
just
going to buy a
money.
paintball gun. Like
Okay.
So my sister's like, oh yeah, let's shoot it a couple times. So she has like, oh, this is target range, and then this stuff's more solid, and then I have the pepper spray stuff.
Explain to me the pepper spray stuff.
So the pepper spray balls like explode upon contact.
So it's kind of
like
like
a
a
paintball.
paintball.
yeah.
So it
exactly.
poof, pepper spray explodes
So
in
you
a
get
small
hit with
diameter.
yeah. So you get hit, it hurts,
Hell
and you're
yeah.
gonna get some irritant in you.
I want
So,
this.
so my buddy shoots it a couple times.
Because this would be hilarious, like pop a dude at a barbecue.
Dude, so we saw the video. We saw the video of it, and it looks.
We'll pop you. Let's see how you feel.
No. It's funnier when it comes from me delivered to the victim.
Would you say the video looked worse than a paintball shot?
I would, but I couldn't. What I saw, right? What you showed me was
Well,
It was
dude-
quick.
the dude shot it, but then when it hit, there was like a puff of smoke, which
Yeah.
turned out to be
yeah,
pepper spray. But I would say that puff was probably a foot in every direction.
Yeah.
So it didn't look like a big explosion.
no.
But the dude crumbled. But what I couldn't tell was the crumble due to the fact that it was pepper spray
Yeah.
or the impact. Now he did get shot a second time, which I thought was a little overkill because he was clearly reeling from the first shot, and then his buddy was like,
Fuck this
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
popped him again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're shooting across the water. I mean, we're shooting like 40, 50 feet away at a pylon on the other side of the water. So my buddy shoots a few shots.
Yeah.
They hit. My other buddy shoots a few shots. And all of a sudden we're like
I can't talk, huh?
we're like
Was it the pepper spray shots?
my sister thought she put the practice shots in. So we're out there working the grill, and we're all like coughing and sneezing and like
Crying everywhere.
we're like, is something wrong with the grill?
What's that
And then,
special
like-
ingredient in your ribeye?
Yeah, and then like 4 or 5
Extra
minutes
peppery.
later, after all of us like getting all like phlegmy and like coughing, we're like, my sister's like, oh
She's
yeah,
like, oh, that's the COVID shot.
Oh, we all just got pepper sprayed.
Well, it's funny, Troy, looking at their
So
web.
it does work from 40, 50 feet away.
Okay, so the pepper
Yeah.
spray will get on the air. So
Yeah.
actually, if an
Aerosol.
intruder was in my house and I popped him
yeah.
with the pepper spray bullet,
Whatever
within
the
a
air,
few
whatever the
seconds,
airflow is pushing.
I also
mean,
have
yeah,
the same
yeah.
same
Oh, yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
Okay, now that's a deterrent.
But
Yeah.
60
For
feet's
me.
pretty good, though.
Yeah.
60 feet. You hit a guy at 60 feet.
But in a
you're-
house, I'm dealing with like 6 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're gonna feel it too.
Yeah,
Excuse
this is
me,
gonna
you
be a
stay
problem
here.
for
I'm going
all
to
of
shoot you.
us.
I'm going to leave my own house.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you're also gonna
You wait right there, putting on a gas mask and getting my burner.
You're also not gonna be the one getting hit, which I think plays a part. of
that's
it.
true.
I'm sure that impact
do-
does
yeah,
not
that's
feel
a good call.
The bruising pictures
Yeah,
look
pretty
rough.
gross. Yeah.
But
Much worse than a paintball.
But to Troy's point, with your sister buying it, looking at their whole website, like every other picture, it's like 2/3 women
Yeah, I think
buying this
I think-
non-lethal
I think
gun.
it's
Like,
I think it's a safe, non-lethal way for women to feel a little bit safer, which I totally get because a lot of women don't like guns. I mean, obviously, I'm not speaking in broad strokes here.
Nope, we heard you.
Lot-
Broad strokes. I heard what you said there.
Yeah.
Not only was that sexist once, but it was sexist twice.
My bad.
broad strokes. What a dick.
A lot of people don't like guns. So if that's something you might be interested
Oh,
in.
now we're all people. Ugh.
So this
yeah.
is an alternative for home self-defense
Yeah.
or something. If you
Yeah.
don't want
So-
to
Or
somebody.
you can carry it. So, like, if you have a concealed weapons permit, you can't just take it across state lines. You can take this thing wherever you want. It's just
Because it's an airsoft.
it's an airsoft gun.
Yeah.
So, Stu, what kind of rounds can I get? Because I know we can do like essentially a musket ball, which I'm assuming is not lead. It's probably like plastic. Or
Yeah, it's
something.
probably hard rubber or something.
So
But yeah, I can
they
do.
got two sets of what they call inert and kinetic projectiles, which are
Kinetic is just
heavy, like
Pain.
a marble.
okay.
Yeah.
Now, could I get a marble if it was the right caliber?
I would think so.
Yeah,
But it's
so
probably going to have more
get that
mass,
cat
so it
eye.
might
So
move
there's-
slower.
Yeah, I play marbles with some kids. Looks like
Blew
yours
your
is,
shit up.
yours is out.
Yeah, you're out, nerd.
So let's see
Out,
here.
I mean, out of this neighborhood.
Yes.
Go pick that thing up.
So there's the marble. Then there's a version that is proprietary pepper and tear gas blend.
I know that one.
Now
And
we're
then
dancing.
there's another one that is just olarizin, capsaicin. Sorry, capsaicin. One,
that-
the other
that's your
one's
hot
just
sauce one.
capsaicin.
Oh,
So
nice.
that is just truly hot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just
Yeah.
pepper.
Spicy.
Probably
then
burns
the-
your skin more,
So
probably.
you've got a
than-
solid marble. You got the tear
I'm
gas
psyched
one. You
about
got,
tear gas.
and then you've
Wasn't there
got
an inert one or something?
Yeah,
I
that's
think
the
inert
kinetic.
ones are the
inert.
No, there was a kinetic and an inert.
I think the
right?
The
inert ones are
inert
the
is just
chemical
filled
ones.
with powder,
Yeah.
so you can see it hit. It's just like baby powder, whatever.
yeah.
Oh, so I can just target practice and
Yeah.
see where it. Oh, that's fun.
It probably still hurts because it's the same thing that with the capsaicin.
Well, I mean, we've all been paintballing, and that hurts.
Paintball
So,
sucks.
yeah.
yeah. That is a painful, but at least it's just a welt.
Yeah, but like, I've done it once and never wanted to do it again. Like, I'm not.
Okay,
like,
here's
I
a
can't
question for
line
you.
up for more paintball.
A guy breaks into your home, right?
Yes.
And all you have is a paintball gun. Do you think you could actually ward off
Deter him
somebody
that
with just a paintball gun? Like,
I
is
mean,
it hurt
there's a-
enough that if
there's
it
a
popped enough
lot.
rounds?
redecorate your front hallway, but yeah.
I mean, I
Which
guess
would be
there's a lot
awesome.
of variables there. I mean, I would think if you had a hopper full of 200 shot and you just went, I mean,
Yeah, I'm
you
sure you
literally-
could mess a dude
yeah,
up.
for
You
sure.
can push him back up a little bit, I bet.
Yeah, I mean, depending on what he's on or what.
Well, actually, that's funny you say that
Yeah.
because in my head I'm like, if it's not PCP,
Yeah,
because PCP, like you
Ooh,
shoot
a
them with a
game.
45
Yeah.
and they're like, ha, let's dance.
yeah.
Like that's a whole nother, it's a whole
So-
nother problem.
just kind of reading into this is great. It's the exact same size as a 9mm handgun. They
This is
will
cool.
ship it everywhere except Alaska, Hawaii, New York City, the 5 boroughs, including Yonkers, and will not ship to D.C. and Portland.
I'm sorry. Why did they include Yonkers? Like are people in Yonkers like seceding from
Yeah.
New York that I don't know about? Why did
And
we
to-
have to call that out?
And to Troy's
Yonkers
point,
like a nice part of New York.
to Troy's
I don't
point,
think
it's
so.
not considered a firearm. It's a CO2 cartridge, just like a paintball gun. So
It's not considered a firearm until you draw down on somebody that has a firearm.
What is
You're gonna
what is
lose
the-
that dance?
what is the price point on this particular gun?
360,
the-
359, something like that.
Actually, it's not
I'm curious to ask this too. As a
$359.
okay,
324.
non-gun
I was way
owner,
off.
how much is a
Okay.
9mm or like your traditional?
Oh, you can
You're
buy
s-
them for cheap. I mean, you
Well,
can
that's what
buy.
I'm saying. So
you
why
can
am I
buy
paying more for something?
Yeah,
like
but the
that?
one you want starts at 500 and then goes.
No, I
climbs.
have a real nice one. I paid $299 for.
Shut your
Yeah.
head.
I have a Smith and Wesson
Really?
M&P, which
Stand
is military
corrected.
and police.
I know,
But
plenty of
like-
people-
I'm not a gun guy, and then this dude.
you know the 5-hour dude.
But so you buy this because you can take it anywhere.
True,
But
that makes sense.
no gun guy is going to carry that
Yeah.
thing. I mean,
but
unless
for-
you're a felon,
but my wife
then you
is-
could have that.
My wife is anti-gun.
yeah.
And this is something that I that's why I'm asking questions because part of me
It's
is like,
for-
this is not
I
a
assume
bad.
it's for girls and for and I say felons or
There
people,
he goes again, painting with broad strokes, air quotes.
But I say felons because they can legally own it, but a felon's probably not going to play by the rules anyway. Like, oh,
It's
I
the
was
felon.
I was gonna get a gun, but I'm a felon. Like, yeah, you're probably
So-
gonna do
but
whatever the hell you want.
I would say that Troy's point too, also that if you're a lady buying this, which is why they offer it in this colors, they have 8 colors, but you definitely want to buy it in orange, pink, or yellow because the army green, the gray, and the black
Yeah.
look like a real gun.
That's what I was gonna-
And if you're
Yeah.
out there, they're just going to get a 9mm.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
so. If it's size wise and it doesn't have your like orange tip or whatever
Yeah,
the
yeah,
deal
yeah.
is, like,
Okay, I'm
how are
buying
we
it
distinguishing this?
Of those colors, which color do you buy? Black, gray, army green,
Army,
or blue.
Army. There's Army green, Army tan, black, gray, and then there's orange, pink, and yellow.
Is there safety yellow? Is it safety yellow?
Yeah,
Like,
it's the.
Okay, but
dude,
everybody
I
in the
love
room.
safety yellow.
You'd,
Like,
okay,
that's
you'd
my-
go
that's my
safety yellow,
jam.
Stu.
Like,
What would you buy?
If I didn't want to get shot by a real gun,
No, I'm just saying
Yeah,
if you're
that's
gonna
the thing.
buy, if you're
Yeah.
gonna buy,
Do I
one,
not want to get shot? Then
Well,
the
you know,
bright color.
a good way to not get shot by a real gun is don't
pull
point
a
that
gun.
thing at someone.
looks like a gun. Yeah.
I'm just saying. I feel like Army green is it's cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
And it like
Yeah.
it says this isn't a gun unless.
So I
something's
think what
military.
Brendan's leaning towards
no, a
is
lot
like
of guns come in Army.
Yeah,
green.
yeah.
Yeah.
The
I
green
get
looks
it.
like something out of Halo, though.
Damn
not gonna
right.
lie.
Sold.
Brendan's
sold.
Brendan's leaning towards like, hey, let's all get one of these and go play.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind.
My backyard's big enough, bro.
Dude, by the end of the summer, I will have a tolerance to tear gas that is far exceeds the average human. I know that you know. This
Yeah, I
is
don't know. I feel like
fantastic.
if you are getting a non-lethal weapon like that,
This is a cool gun.
I feel like you've got to go to like a color one though. Like,
Yeah.
why are you going to put yourself in that position?
'Cause the
that you're
bag of-
And they
pulling
don't
out a
do it.
black,
They don't do
you
it
know.
in Apple white, like that, like whole like iPad white.
That would look cool though.
Because white would be the color
Yeah.
for this.
Yeah, the
Because
If it
most
came in like
contrast.
white with like a MagSafe charger that you just like pop it on, like
Oh yeah, there you
it'd
go.
be super
bingo
convenient.
bango.
Does the white one come in wireless charging?
see this, Brendan.
Yeah. What colors
Yeah.
do you see?
I literally see. Well, now that I know, there's an orange, there's a gray, there's a black, there's
Army tan.
there's a brown green,
Yep.
there's another brown green, there's another gray, and then
That-
a yellow.
That's pink.
Yeah, the pink.
Pink
one
is in the
missed.
bottom
Pink's-
middle.
Well,
Well,
pink
that
is
explains the motorcycle
pink
choice.
is
Yellow.
manly AF.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Because that green, that gray is hot.
my sister's was pink.
Yeah, because it's a cool gray.
Yeah.
I get it. I've seen it.
Yeah.
Now
It
that I've
checks
seen
out.
them. Yeah,
But
they
yeah, it
have
was
they
fun.
have 3 colors as far as
Gray, darker gray, black.
Light gray, dark gray, and gray. Checks all the
Those are-
boxes.
Those good looking guns. I like that other gray though that you all call pink.
All legendary.
Brendan, we need you up at the office. Can we talk to you about marketing?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you could take a shot of this tear gas to the face. I'm a man with my gray gun.
What they need to come out next with is the like a refillable, like something that you can put your own stuff in.
Oh yeah, we got to soda stream this thing.
Oh, like refillable
Shot?
like pellets or whatever.
Yeah, because I want to
Yeah,
get
like-
to like chemical
yeah,
warfare. I'm
put a
I'm
little-
thinking
a
I'm
little
Agent
urine.
Oranging this thing. Like I'm in a whole nother world. I'm doing biological
Mixing your
weapons.
own, like the
Hey,
hottest
Abacus,
hot
is this
sauces you
Woodford
can
or
find.
Evans?
Yeah,
My
Ooh,
sister.
that's a nice summer
my
drink.
there's
sister-
gonna be people like I got syphilis from a burner.
My sister showed my dad, and my dad was like, "Great, you're not gonna kill anybody, but you're gonna piss them off."
A lot, a lot.
I was angry and now
Yeah.
I'm furious.
Yeah, I can't see, but so help me God. That gray gun you have.
But it is to the point of buying you time. Like
Yeah.
if you're a lady, you're getting out of there, or even
Well,
if,
you
even
know,
a guy.
that's gun guys have always said that. Like,
You guys keep saying, "Lady, I would carry this gun. I
Got-
like this gun."
so gun guys always say, "Oh, you got to have 40 cal, 45. They're 9
Stopping power.
Yeah,
They
it's
always
all
talk
about stopping
that,
power.
yeah.
And I've always thought, you start shooting at me with a gun,
it's a problem.
I'm going the opposite direction.
Yes,
like
or
that's-
shooting my gun.
yeah, yeah.
There's only 2
Quick
options.
question for you: when you pull the trigger, what did it sound like?
It just sounded like
Was it a
it would sound like a kind of like a
pellet gun?
like a
paintball.
paintball gun.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
discussed. Did you miss that
He
part?
missed
Yeah,
it.
he did.
He
I
was
was
on
researching.
it.
It
I'm not
happens
calling
every
him out.
episode.
He was
I'm not calling him
efforting
out.
over here.
Yeah.
Just,
It's my job.
He was
That is
working.
my job.
He was working.
He has been working hard too.
Yes.
he's
I'll
done
give him
well. I'm
Yeah.
proud of him.
Yeah, I'm going to give him no points,
Yeah.
but
Well,
respect. I'm not going to
Yeah,
take
yeah.
points for
Yeah,
that.
That's true.
That's
Yeah,
where you
There's
are.
still time.
Give me a second.
No.
He's on point.
Don't worry, man.
hold my beer.
When we all tried the bourbons and you went, Woodford, we knew where you
Yeah.
stood. We knew what was up because that's trash. Evan Williams. Evan Williams is number 2, though, in my heart.
Yep.
No, but I think this is a gun you could have beside the bed in case, and not really worried about having under lock and
No,
key.
because if you like accidentally shot like a family member who came into the home,
Yeah.
you'd laugh about it at the 4th of July.
Yeah,
Yeah.
remember that time I
Right.
shot my brother with the
Yeah,
fucking pepper
but at
spray?
least it's like
It
he
wouldn't
cried
be-
and had a
it would-
welt.
Yeah.
You wouldn't do that with your 40 cal.
No, you accidentally. Yeah. You're like, hey, y'all remember when I killed Todd?
We missed him.
No,
It's
it's
been
not
4
funny.
months.
R.I.P. R.I.P. Todd.
No, yeah, it's not as funny. But like, if you
Hey
shoot
kids,
him,
remember your third brother? Well,
He was so great.
yeah, he was awesome. But he came home late all the
Your
time.
white poodle. yeah. Your white
It really
poodle
was his
used to
own
not have that red. White poodle used to not have that red stain on it where you
Yeah,
killed the
yeah.
dog.
yes, no, this is a good gun to keep by the bedside. I'm digging this gun. I'm getting an igloo cooler in that gun. And
There you go.
And I bet you it's got a holding spot for a burner. Is it?
Probably.
How do I pronounce it?
I think it's Berna.
It's BYN or BYRNA. By RNA.
By
So that
RNA,
sounds like
which
a-
is also a
that
good
sounds
stock
like a
tip.
code
It's a good
By
stock
RNA.
tip. By RNA.
I think it's NRA. Oh, what's RNA?
The
Ribonucleic acid.
acid.
Yeah.
what all we got in our arms
Yeah.
these days.
Yeah.
I thought it was
It's how I was changed.
I thought it was BUY, but maybe I don't know anything.
Yeah, BYRNA.
So they're just trying to get on that whole
There you go.
RNA thing. Smart.
Yeah. I'd
Ahead of the
go
game.
with you, Troy. I go Berna too.
Yeah, I think it's burn or
Yeah. I don't know. I don't care.
Byrona.
No, it's gotta be Berna.
Yeah.
Somebody from Berna, reach out. Let us know.
Ooh, yeah. If you drop
Yeah.
ITPH in the coupon code,
No,
it won't do anything.
Yeah, yeah.
Bowflex.
If you drop Bowflex in the coupon code, you get a free thing of napalm. Barrel balls.
Just burn your neighborhood down.
Yeah.
Which would be sweet. There's gonna be black market
Oh, yeah,
other things
for sure.
in there at
Yeah.
that caliber,
Yeah.
which is exciting.
This is a California product.
Of course it
Surprising,
is.
Honestly.
That
We
actually
don't have
is a little
guns.
surprising.
We have this.
Yeah,
Well,
we're gonna
from
melt
that
your
perspective.
face.
Yeah.
It's gonna look like the end of Indiana Jones.
We're gonna have a paintball fight over here. While all the bad guys just have straight like AKs and
Not in California.
oh no, that's right.
No.
Just like Chicago,
not allowed.
Your city, no guns in the state of California.
I actually
the
was
state
doing.
of-
I was doing a little bit of
Illinois.
research, and it turns out Chicago may have a gun problem.
Oh yeah, woo! Surprise! I hope you're sitting down.
Which is crazy because the laws say no guns.
Yeah, they do.
Like the strictest.
And like they
Yeah.
don't listen to them?
Apparently, there's a.
Maybe they should do a gun swap
Hey,
for Bernas.
Hey, let me just say this.
Could you imagine? That would be glorious. We could save.
Everyone just has like paintball guns out there instead.
Yeah, it's just dudes crying.
Let me just say this. Shame on you, Chicago. There's a law, and you should follow it.
Yeah.
I'm
we
putting
go.
them out
If you
there. I'm
could
putting them on
all
blast
be
like
rule
that.
followers like
Yeah.
Brendan.
That's a hot take.
problem
Yeah.
solved.
That's a hot take, Troy. That's a hot take. If you follow
Come
the laws,
find
They're
Troy
naughty- they're naughty
in
people.
Richmond, Virginia.
They're bad
and
guys.
tell them
I'm
how
gonna
you
say
feel.
it. They're not nice people.
Hey guys, should we do a deli? No,
Yeah.
just
Oh,
kidding.
yeah.
Let's shut this
No, I said yes.
I know. I love that you did. We're at an hour and 42.
Yeah, we do it at 45-ish minutes. We're good.
Yeah.
And you would know better than anybody else. You're the only person who's aware of my. I look down. If I see 39, I'm like, end this topic.
Yep.
I am getting to it. I need a
I
beer.
am thirsty.
Oh,
We're not doing a deli.
What do we have?
at an hour 42.
Yeah, a minute and 42.
That's
That's
way
all.
early.
I think if we're doing, look, we haven't established this, but I'm thinking if we're doing bourbon tastings, we don't need a deli. But
Good point.
if the episode's going poorly, I reserve the right
Fair.
Yeah.
because there was a deli waiting,
Yeah.
and Abacus brought a second deli,
We
which
got
was
all kinds of
lukewarm, which
delis.
we learned
No,
tonight
no,
is how you
it's
prefer
hot as
your
fuck.
beer.
Not lukewarm.
It's still sitting over there, not nice, right?
Yeah, somebody could have put it in the cooler.
I have the
the
fans on.
Yeti. We figured out with the Miller Lights, like an hour is all it needs in the Yeti.
Which was
That's
shocking.
right.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
honestly
I was blown away. Those beers have been baking for a week.
Yeah.
I put them in the oven.
Yeah, I did everything I could. I threw them in the Yeti.
Hit him with the torch over here.
Starting to, wish a motherfucker would.
When's
That
torch
thing-
season come out?
It's that season never ends.
Always torch season.
I use that thing all the time, and now
Yeah,
that I
you
have
do.
2 solo
Cigarette.
stoves, boy
It's like
howdy,
a cigarette, just like
I have.
Have
lit-
you
I
had
can't wait
Brendan-
till I come over here and this dickweed has both solo stews going in the yard at the same time. Like,
you got 2 fire pits,
oh,
bitch.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm going over here. Check out this one's better at this, and this one warms differently because it's blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, he's got his 2
That's what you
pits.
sound like.
Yeah.
I resemble that mark,
I resemble that, Mark.
and
I
I'm
think
not even
resent
mad.
Is the word you're looking for?
no resemble, and I agree. I've never even lit the other one, and I
exactly
wholeheartedly
what you're gonna
agree.
do. That's
I'm not
exactly
even mad
what you're gonna do.
because there is a lower. It's got a lower height, so it
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
throws lower heat.
Yep,
Oh,
yeah.
okay,
So
that's
if it's a knee chattering night,
Yeah,
I actually need
yeah,
to have the
yep.
bonfire going in addition to the Yukon.
Exactly.
so you
yeah.
can have them like side by side, basically. Like
Dude, I'm gonna have a daisy where I'm gonna have a Yukon and bonfires all around it.
Yeah, yeah.
You're
Everybody's
gonna have
be so hot.
the one solo, the other solo, the pellet grill going, and I can see you standing in your Dickies jacket with a blowtorch going, "Who wants barbecue?"
Yeah, and then I'm gonna have the Yeti cooler, and then I'm gonna have the Igloo cooler to transfer beers across the yard.
yeah, you got to wheel them back and forth.
Yeah.
Because the Yeti cooler can't move.
That's
It doesn't
hilarious.
have wheels.
you guys think I'm kidding, but I'm 100% certain that there will be that Igloo cooler here by next week, because I'm in love.
Want to
Is that for your Memorial Day plans this weekend?
There's only 2 left in the color I wanted, Dick. So
Stu, I told you, order that shit for me.
that thing is sweet.
Okay. Aye, Captain.
Just go ahead and order both, and then we'll, clean
Because
them out.
there was a different color scheme that I really liked, and it sold out, and it won't be back in until June 26th.
So it's only showing like 2 colors, like
So
a white
hold
and a
on.
gray, and like a white and a black with
Wait,
a black
wait.
stripe.
I'm looking at the white right
So
now.
you have 2 solo stoves?
Yes.
How many do they make? How many styles do they make?
Well, the Solo Stove lineup started
Yeah.
as a stove.
Okay, yeah.
There's 3 different size stoves, and then there's 3 different size fire
You have
pits.
fire pits. So you have 2 fire pits.
Yes.
Why the fuck don't you have the third
Yeah,
one?
hit for the cycle,
I
bro.
thought you were a fucking fan, dude.
Yeah, come on,
God.
dude.
wait.
You
Don't be a
talk a
bitch.
lot of
Come
shit
on.
for a,
He does
for a
have-
big
fanboy?
solo stove.
He
yeah.
does have a third
Yeah.
fire pit.
No,
and
no,
he's
no,
got
no,
2
no, no,
solos.
but he doesn't-
He's got a true
Yeah, but he doesn't
traditional.
have. He doesn't
But
have,
I currently have the Solo Stove in the fire pit. Like it's inside of the fire pit.
But you don't have the third solo stove, so you're barely a fan.
Dude,
I mean,
I'd
if
take
you're
his
gonna-
card away.
who has 2 but not 3?
Yeah, don't be a bitch. He's gonna go home. He's gonna walk out here and get right the fuck on the computer.
You got 2 solo stoves, not 3.
You know what? I'm in. I'll get it.
Yeah, you will.
I'll get it.
Yeah, you will.
So is the next one the one that you don't have, the smallest or the biggest?
I have the big. I bought the biggest first.
Duh.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta
down.
compensate.
You work down from the top.
Yeah, he's compensating.
Yeah. For my little biceps, my dick is huge. Don't make it weird.
A massive 27-inch fire pit.
Actually,
Woo.
no. So that's actually true. They made the Yukon in the 30-inch, and they really did stop making it. And they moved it to the 27-inch. They said it was because when it would ship, it would always get dented. Like they had a hard time.
fire pit I have at the lake is 5 feet across.
Don't ruin his story with facts, Troy.
What are you gonna do with all that?
Yeah.
That's
Have a
ridiculous.
big
Think about how much
fire.
wood you have to have for that.
Oh my gosh.
That's what I hear all the
Yeah,
time.
that's ludicrous.
Yeah, that's too much wood. If I have 3 smaller versions of the same stove around the area, that's more efficient. Everyone knows that.
Perfect. All right.
Thank you.
I don't even have to make the argument.
I made the argument for you.
No, and I appreciate
Yeah.
that. Thank you. That was so much easier.
I tell
than
you
thought
what,
it was
that
gonna be.
fucking solo stoves, it
I
burns.
want you to be in for a
It
G
burns
on this.
through wood because it burns so hot.
damn near
It-
faster than
yeah,
a 5-foot
it's-
fire pit.
Oh, by
I'm-
far.
seriously,
Yeah. Oh,
it
I'm
is-
not joking. Yeah.
It's obscene
yeah.
because it is so efficient.
It burns
if there's
so
one
hot,
thing they've
yeah.
done, they have created the world's most efficient.
If you want to get rid of wood
fire-burning-
fast, get Brendan and his fire stove around.
And
his
Brendan
solo
got a
stove
wood
around.
problem?
Brendan
Call
doesn't
Brendan.
currently
Yeah.
care about wood prices.
No, no.
I've had wood for years. I've chopped down 7 trees and I've kept the majority of
He's
it.
got about
Yeah.
$7 million in trees, wood. sitting
You know, if
back
you
here.
glue them all together.
No shit, it is basically
a
like
2x4.
it's like Bitcoin out there. It really is. It's insane the amount of money I have stacked, and you couldn't buy it off me for any price because I have way too many solo stoves.
I need them all.
So the only one you don't have is a Ranger.
Yeah,
That's the
gross.
small one.
Yeah, no one wants a Ranger.
And
no,
is
no,
the one
no,
that
you want a Ranger.
is the one that Nick
I mean,
had smaller
true
than that
solo fans have it.
Dude, the one Nick had
was a paint can.
I heard if you
Smaller
have all
than a paint
3, you
pint.
get like a patch.
Yeah, they give
That
you.
you can put in your
they give
dicky
you like a
jacket.
coin
Shut
and a patch.
your head.
Yeah, you didn't know that.
You didn't know?
And then you're like a lifetime member.
Yeah. You can go to the
I
factory.
thought you knew that. How did you
Considering
know
I've
that?
spent $500 and $250,
Yeah.
spending $100 at this point to get the
I
patch
want
actually
you to
makes
spend
sense.
for sure.
a G
Yeah.
on fire pits.
I couldn't because solo
Didn't
stove
you
was
get
so
this-
reasonably
You'll buy
priced.
3 of the
Did
small
you get the
ones.
solo stove accessory pack or something?
I do.
Hey,
I do
Brendan,
have the
Brendan,
accessory.
there's
Yeah.
a Memorial Day sale, $55 off. The Ranger's only $214.
Shit. Dude, $214. That's
Hold on.
close.
Run it back. What does the bonfire cost currently in the Memorial Day sale? Because I think I just got the best deal ever, and I'm gonna be a little pissed off if I didn't.
And we're spinning.
Yeah. You keep looking.
Efforting.
No, it's hang on.
This better be super high.
The suspense is terrible. I hope it lasts.
Well, I had $259 with the stand.
Okay, here we go. The campfire is smaller than the Ranger.
The campfire is a joke. It's basically a stove.
So
That's the paint bucket size one.
Yukon during Memorial Day is $459.
Yeah, that adds up.
$259 for the bonfire.
And I got it with the stand.
$214 for the Ranger, and $109 for the campfire. So there's 4 stoves you have
So
to
there's
buy.
4 stoves.
Yeah.
So you're too short.
You're only halfway there.
yeah, you're on your way, but you're not there yet.
I wouldn't even call you a fan.
This backyard has 4 corners.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm not even mad. Little bit, but
So when do the other 2 come in?
Tuesday. Monday's a holiday. So
You're not getting a shipment that day.
exactly right. Okay. A little concerned about this, but I'm in.
Yeah. I mean, it's only $1,000 on fire pits.
Oh, wait, here's the apparel trucker patch.
Just stop.
Oh,
Just
that's
stop.
the fan patch, right? Right, Stu?
Solo stove, 2010.
Yeah. What
Got
is
a
the other
fire,
like
it's got
merch with? They
gold.
got T-shirts,
Hats, T-shirts.
I don't know.
What? Dude, you're a hat guy. How do you not have a solo stove hat?
Because I need a Yeti hat before that. And here's something I love about the Solo Stove. When they first came to market, they had a picture of the Solo Stove, and it was next to an Arctic cooler. And Troy's wife actually sent me a screen grab, and it was like, "Hey, look, the Solo Stove is the Arctic of stoves, of fire pits." And I was like, "This is devastating news." And I was like, "I hate that." They have since changed all of their photos, and it's all only Yetis behind it
that's
now.
smart.
No, but
marketing.
isn't there another stove that is actually more higher priced than the Solo stove? I think that was the point of it.
There's the Brio,
Yeah.
but the Brio is actually also a grill, so the outer rim around it, you can actually like cook steaks on and
Your
shit.
shit doesn't do that?
Dog, you paid
Oh my
$500 and you
God,
can't
dude.
cook on it?
Here's the funny
$500
thing.
and you can't cook on that bitch?
No.
Jesus.
Here's the funny thing. The Solo Stove started as a camp stove. That's what it was for. You could put twigs in it and like
That was
do
the
your
smallest
coffee.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could throw twigs in it, put your coffee on it, boil
Yeah.
water, do all those things. So it was a
you
stove.
could use it for something.
Yeah. So then
Not like your version.
this is the irony of it. So then Brio came out as a smokeless fire pit, right? Well, then Solo Stove stepped up to actually make their like a better smokeless fire pit. So what Brio do? Put an edge around it to make theirs a stove.
Yeah.
So
now
they
it's smokeless and can cook.
yeah. So they punched.
So you have the Arctic of stoves.
no, I have the fucking Yeti of stoves.
No, Brio's the Yeti. You
sounds
just
like-
said it.
No, if you want the Yeti of
Nope.
stoves, it's made here in Richmond, and it's called the Burley.
Yes.
And the
I've seen those
Burley-
at
The Burley is it's a tank.
So then you have the igloo of campfire.
No. He's
pits.
got like the what's the Ozark Trail?
Yeah, the Ozark
Sweet
Trail.
Jesus, shut it
yes.
down.
Yes.
The episode is
Nailed
over.
it.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will not
Ozark
be
Trail,
defaced.
third tier. Yeah, you got the
Just to
third
let you
tier.
know, Brendan, just to let you know,
Yeah. Third class.
you're up to having to buy 7 stoves from Solo Stove because there are
When you get all the stoves, I'll buy you the hat.
yeah.
Don't you worry about it.
I am done. Ozark Trail is
You are the Ozark Trail guy.
I feel threatened. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll be talking to you
why
next
are
week.
we ending it? What's going
Let's
on?
Just get into the group. Where's the
If
deli?
you want
Come
to
on.
send
Yeah,
emails
yeah.
to Troy, you can do so at insidetheballadhouse@gmail.com.
Tag him as Ozark Trail.
You can also send
Hashtag.
him money
Yeah,
at
subject.
some kind of a Venmo account.
Hashtag Ozark Trail.
Yeah.
I'm so frustrated. You guys have
If you
a
want
good
some
one.
new nectars, there's
Just
a new
go to
code.
Walmart and send all of the Ozark Trail stuff to Brendan's house.
That feeling
He
when
needs
you
it.
pay $500 for a campfire and you realize it's the third tier campfire.
He needs something to keep his drinks lukewarm while he's at the fire pit.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Hashtag best ending ever.
Peace out.
That's a pretty good Ozark Trail, don't you think?